I eat a lot of, I'm cutting back on red meat, eat a lot of chicken, fish, and pussy.
Oh no, we just started live too, and he said that's
fucking cool.
That's hilarious, bro.
That's my buddy.
All right, so now we're up on YouTube. Finally got that figured out again. Nobody goes on YouTube that quickly anyway, so we'll be all right.
That's Wendell, man.
Let's click it back over to Facebook. Let's go live. 3, 2, 1, and we're live. Let's see what's going on here.
Yeah, I like this song, man. Remember that movie, The Green Mile? Remember The Green Mile?
Yeah.
I've never been to a theater yet, but the song was playing in the background. Imagine that. Green Mile.
Oh wow, that's sweet, dude. Okay. Here we go. Now we're up and running. Okay. All right. Okay.
Wendell's the man,
All right.
man.
We got this. All right.
Wendell is the man.
We got this. Okay. Did you find the guy?
That's Wendell, man. Wendell Jammer.
Give everybody a couple minutes. We're gonna give you guys a couple minutes to get on real quick. We got our little party going on here at the Wickenstein compound. Big Joe's here. Ricky's on his way. We got Crazy Chuck and Johnny Ingley. Big Joe brought the moonshine, and we got our little shotgun shells that we're drinking out of. Always a good time. So here's to you guys. Here's to Big Joe. Did you already drink yours?
Fuck yeah.
Well, what do you mean? We didn't even cheers, you big bastard.
Well, you weren't doing nothing.
We didn't even do the introduction. I gotta get this stuff going here. You know it's a pain in the ass. So let's see who else is here. Denise is here. Hopefully some other people show up tonight. Get the party started. Cheers. Here's to you guys. Here's to Wickensteins, and here's to Big Joe. So what is that?
One of my fucking
Wow. It's apples.
It's Everclear, like 100.
You gotta scoot over a little bit. You gotta scoot in a little bit there, big boy.
Moonshine, apple pie moonshine.
Apple pie moonshine.
My buddy makes.
That stuff's pretty good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wickenstein's Garage Talk. It's always something. I'm your host, Big Papa Love, along with the entourage, our little buddies here. We got Johnny English in the house. We got Crazy Chuck in the house. Big Joe Leonard's in the house. Denise is in the house. And Wickenstein, he's around here somewhere. Because as you know, it's always something. We actually have YouTube working this week, so we're excited about that. And I'll tell you what, we got a lot of stuff to cover, guys. I find it very funny that for the last month, our little mascot, Mr. Potato Head, donated by the TIPCO Foundation, has managed to make major news. And now they're no longer going to call him Mr. Potato Head, but they're going to call him gender neutral.
Well, here's
something or other.
They got a Mr. Potato Head. They have a Mr. Potato Head. They got a Mrs. Potato Head. They got the kid Potato Head. So why you got to switch everything around? Because they're basically this country is a bunch of bullcrap, man. You're born with a penis. You're a guy. You're born with a vagina. You're a woman. Plain and simple. You want to be bi, you want to be gay, that's fine. But you're either a male or a female, plain and simple.
Tell them, Big Joe, tell them.
You know,
we are here to stand up for your rights, America. That's what we're here to do. We're here to educate you on the truths of the world. We are being manipulated in full day in and day out by the medias, by the governments, state, local, so forth, etc. I do have a little bit of good news, though. South Dakota just passed a law saying that if you're born a boy, you play boy sports. If you're born a girl, you play girl sports. So that's one state to get started. Now we got 49 others to go because it's absolutely ridiculous. I don't know. You're a fighter. You've seen what's going on with the MMA. They have an MMA fighter who's a male fighting against females.
That's bullcrap.
And he's broken the one girl's skull.
It's plain and simple.
No
matter what, you can have a 300 or 250 pound woman that's a total tomboy and this and that, and you could take a 150 pound guy, 150 pound person has enough force to knock you out with one punch. But then you can take a 150-pound guy, put him against a 300-pound woman, and a 150-pound guy will whoop the crap out of that 300-pound woman and hurt her, break her face, and do everything. So how is that fair? I do not. Now, I'm all for women, like girls who want to play, like they want to wrestle, they want to play football or something like that. They want to get in like guy sports.
Right. That's a whole
it shows like how tough the girl is, and they really want to do something like that. But to put a male against a female
in a female sport,
yes, it is
wrong.
Is wrong.
Absolutely.
We can have co-ed stuff and stuff like that, but it's just like like the track. You got these guys that are flaming on with wigs and fake breast implants and that, acting like they're women and running track and everything, and whooping these women in track.
Absolutely.
It's ridiculous.
It's just absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, you know what, Dave? Big Joe said the same thing. He said, I look like the Michelin Man in my white shirt. I kind of do. Hey, listen, I've been working out. I'm going to be putting pictures out here in about 2 days. The first of every month, new pictures come out to show you guys my progress. Dave, I don't know why you're not here. I'm telling you, man, we have a good time. You would love it.
I got beers,
doing
my
shots
out there.
cooking
I
pizzas.
still haven't started working out yet, man. I'm like still in pain with my hips.
Well, it's going to take some time to heal. You can't just recover from. You can't recover from a major surgery in 6 weeks. I mean, especially when you replace both hips. Steve, you should be over here too, buddy. And you're right. The two Polacks are out here having a good time. Show sponsored by American Heart Association. Yeah, I'm not. You know what? Honestly, I'm surprised I'm still alive, to be honest with you. As much as I drink,
the way you smoke,
carry on, and the way I scream and yell. You know what? I think I've outlived my life expenses by 10 years at least.
The way that I scream and holler at home, and I'm always like yelling at my daughter, "You're gonna give me a heart attack."
Right.
It's like.
So what's up, Chris? How you doing, buddy? Wickenstein has entered the building. What's up, Wickenstein?
Hello.
He is in the house.
First day having a cocktail in many.
Oh, you've been sober since last week?
Well,
last week was a rough one.
I got so ripped
this
up
guy
last
right here,
week.
he likes to go to Lakewood and have a cocktail.
Yeah. Trust me, he starts with the tail and works to the cock.
For the love of God.
But anyways, honestly, no. I mean, we got kind of tore up from the floor up last week.
Somebody texted in, Don, you're looking hot. Thank you, ladies. I love you. Big Papa here.
Yeah.
Big Papa loves you. I'll turn the light on and it changes the whole thing. Oh yeah, that looks much better now. It kind of blurs my shirt.
Looks like you got a little tan going.
Yeah, and it blurs my shirt so you can't see all the fatness.
These guys. This is we're opening up the new sumo team here.
Yeah,
Bedford.
right, dude. Never mind. We'll talk about that later.
What is this? Apple juice?
No, that's some moonshine, bro.
That is?
That's some real life moonshine.
That's
You gotta drink some.
straight off the
Oh,
gallon,
yeah.
huh?
It'll put you in the same tone as last week.
Shooters?
Shotgun
Nice.
shooters, good times.
That's cool.
We're professionals here, so do not try this at home.
Look at this. This is just for you, Don.
Oh, you bought a pack of cigarettes?
Just for you.
Oh, that's it. You guys, if anything was going to kill me, it was him buying a pack of cigarettes. Holy shit. So that means I'll have a pack when I leave tonight. If I leave, depending on how much moonshine goes down. But, so what else is going on, people? How are you guys out there? How's your week been? But I want to go back to what you were just saying, though, about sports. So, my daughter, she wrestles.
Right.
But she wrestled on a boys' team. They have girl wrestlers. But if they're not the same weight class, they won't wrestle. They hold true to the system. You're this weight, this is where you wrestle. And they might go up or down a few pounds, but it's different because they volunteer to go into that sport. You know what I mean? Now imagine my sons. Whatever.
Looking in the mirror to see if that salad ate last week is working.
Hey guys, just so you know, my new photos for the first are coming out. Can you guys see that? Joe's leaking my videos of my photo shots. But you know what I mean? It's good times, man. Oh, you're going to Hockey's house. Did they bring Hockey over, Dave? Hockey would have. Oh, we should go to his house. He's got a fancy place over there.
He's got a what?
This guy Hockey, he's got this big barn party house thing going on.
I got to change something.
We got it going on here too. Don't get me wrong here. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, what Wickenstein actually bought his own damn cigarettes. What's up, Frank? How you doing, buddy? Man, you're taking my pretty face away from the ladies. Like, what you doing?
I'm trying to get the ceiling.
What are we gonna video the ceiling for? We're down here.
Better? Lift your foot.
Oh, it's better if you don't show my belly. It's just showing my three chins and my
That's
big
almost
head.
the same angle as we usually do.
You just have to sit up a little bit.
You can.
There we go. It's so back down. I'm too fucking fat.
Well, don't break the chair. Is that better? Is that square now? The Raptor square?
Yeah, it looks good. No. I don't think it'll ever be square, bro. This is Wickenstein's Garage Talk. It's always something.
I'm heavy. I'm sitting on this side. I'm heavier, so I'm tilting the picture.
Yeah, he's heavier, all right.
The concrete slabs.
So what are you weighing these days, Big Joe? You hit 500 yet?
No, I'm ready like 425. I lost about 10 pounds. And I'm stuck.
425.
Yep.
You know what sucks is I work out at Planet Fitness, which you know, but they don't have a scale there, so I don't have my weight.
I got a scale.
That scale's broken.
I should go get it. I got one of them real old school scales.
Does it work?
But they only go to 300 pounds though. The doctor scales.
Probably.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah, we might not.
I don't know how heavy it goes.
I have a digital one. Goes to like 450. So
Really?
Yeah, I can get
That's Chuck and
bring it over
Denise
with,
and John English is here too
bring it
somewhere.
over with
There's John English. He's over there.
change the batteries in it. We can find out.
Brian says if you're 425, he's gay. He said he's got kids. Brian said if you're 425, he's gay. You don't believe that you're 425?
I was at 445 at one time.
Yeah, I know you were. Joe just met me up the street here at Timco's foundation house, and he walked in, and I turned around to see him walking in, and these two guys were sitting at the table, and they both of their faces looked back like, holy shit. You know, he's like 7 feet tall. He's like Andre the Giant over here. He's just a few pounds lighter. Maybe not, though. Claims to be 425, but we're not buying that.
I'm well.
Oh, whatever, Dave. I need to weigh myself at the turnpike. He's got this all screwed up.
What's our topic tonight, Don?
What is our topic tonight? We just got started.
I got a couple things to bring up.
All right, well, come on in. Let's talk about it. Where's your chair at? Get your chair.
So if anyone is outside, which I'm sure they will.
If I didn't weigh over 400 pounds, as much as we make fun of each other, why would I admit that I weigh over 400 pounds when I'm a slob? Well,
dude, you're just trying to give yourself 25
I'm going to tell
pounds.
you right now.
We all know you're 450.
This is about 200, not quite, and he is twice as big as me. So let's just pay attention. There's no baloney, but it's a beautiful snow moon rising right now. Did you see it on the way in?
No, I was probably.
I know, a beautiful moon right now. Beautiful. Like
full moon?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
It's a snow moon.
Did you see in the news?
It's a full moon, and I'm at the Wickenstein's compound.
I know. They're trying to.
You always know that means nothing good can come of this night. But it's
oh, that's better. That looks right now.
Well, that's a different view because that's YouTube.
Well, that
why we
better.
switch like that?
What's that thing in the middle of my
That's
face?
a way better
Mouse?
picture on YouTube.
Can you get the mouse out of my nose? Look at that. It's like a mouse.
Oh. Yeah, that's way different.
I think this is a nice view. It's a beautiful look right there.
So, all right, so you got some topics to cover, Wickenstein. What do you got?
We do at the full moon. We landed on Mars. They're trying to invade my home territory. I mean, there's a lot.
What do you mean your home territory? Oh, Mars? Yeah. Yeah, I forgot you guys missed last week. Wickenstein confessed that he's actually from Mars. And nobody was surprised. They're like, oh, yeah, well, okay.
I'm taking over the world.
Everyone's like, yeah, makes sense. Okay, yeah, we get it.
Deal now. They're like, did you see what happened on Facebook?
Wickenstein came clean. Dude, you got to give me some more of that moonshine, bro. That smells good.
All right, now listen. The last
We gotta
time
give you a
guys
glass
played,
over
you're
here.
already spilling on the desk.
Oh, there's none in it.
Full spill-o-matic over here. Anyway, so what I did do last week, I don't know if we touched on it because I don't even really remember being on the show that much. I mean, I think I was in the background most of the time. We cooked a beautiful pizza on a wood fire on the cast iron pizza pan, which was phenomenal. That came out fantastic.
What is that?
A Lashey's pizza dough, I guess, is what we were using.
Yeah.
Anyone knows anything about that? And then we did the chocolate walk last week here in Bedford. I don't know if y'all are
What is the
familiar with
chocolate walk? Because if it has something to do with food, I'm sure I should have known about it.
that. I'm pretty sure I let you know, but you were coming down from your last sugar high, so.
Whatever, Shane, where are you at there, pretty boy?
No, it was absolutely a fantastic time. So they do this event here in the Bedford 44146, and all the storefronts open up with discounts, and they open all the doors to all the patrons. The idea is you get dressed up. It's like Mardi Gras. It's held during the Mardi Gras week, blah, blah, blah. You get dressed up, and because of COVID, everyone had to stay 6 feet apart, so it really looked like there were a lot of people here this year. We had the streets packed with people 6 feet apart, but it was a brilliant event.
Sounds like a
And
good time.
and so it's called the chocolate walk, and so it's themed chocolate. So you dress up. So Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory and his goons were all there, and they were all there, and that was cool. And we get to you come in, you spend about $20. You get some tokens. You get to go to some of the local establishments, restaurants, and eateries, and you get to go in there, give them a couple tickets, you get a couple of pops, enjoy that, walk around. We had some $5 personal pizzas going on down at the Janino's. I mean, it was
So the whole
fantastic.
community comes together.
It's
like
exactly
you said,
what
like
it's
a little
all
Mardi
about.
Gras.
It's a wonderful event, and we hope to see people here next year for it. And maybe we can push through another one, but we still got some. We still got some of these old people that are in charge around here, and they don't like much change. One change in decades, okay with them. So,
Dave Cox, where you at, buddy? You used to be a good guest on the show. Big Joe, Dave says, "What's up, buddy?"
well, I'll tell you what's up. He's on his phone.
Yeah, I know. Look at him.
Look at
No,
him.
I'm looking
You
for
see
a
what the
picture.
problem is? The problem is everyone thinks something else is going on somewhere else.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a picture, though.
He's looking for a picture. There's
So
a
what
picture
other-
outside your door.
What
right
other
now.
news you got there, Wickenstein?
Well, I'm in shorts and sandals again. Thank
Yeah, it's a
the
beautiful
Lord.
day
The
today.
temperature is
Beautiful day.
fantastic.
Had the windows open. I'm airing out the house because
Good grief.
Yeah.
That is
Oh, no,
also
dude.
okay. Did the
Listen,
siding peel or
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a clean freak. Like I'm screaming, yelling, if everything's not neat and orderly. And
Not me.
That's why he loves coming here. He's like, this looks more like the way I'd like it, but with 5 kids and getting laid 5 times, I got to keep things online.
and well, we had kittens. I don't know if I talked about this before or
Oh,
not.
good
But
grief.
so now
Terrorists
the
with
kittens.
claws.
Yeah, well, the kittens are. I have this huge guinea pig
A ferret
cage. I mean, so the kittens are living with the guinea pig, and it's actually pretty cool because they get along really well. The guinea pig's finally coming out of his shell a little bit. And he's like, he goes after them if they make him mad. You know what I mean?
Well, he's going to defend his space.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem. He's like nice and peaceful. But anyways, with all these damn kittens, man. You know what I mean? Like,
How
it's
many
like a
you
fucking
got up
barn,
there?
dude, in
4 or
my
5?
house, man.
Why did you put them outside in the shed with a light on?
Because it's too cold, bro. You can't put
Put
it
a
outside.
light on, yummy.
So, any of you guys looking for some kittens out there? I got some beautiful kittens.
Oh, yeah.
One of them's already claimed.
Somebody I know just was asking for one, I think.
No, they're beautiful, and they're actually really cool because they get played with every day, and let them run around, and they actually like me. But I almost want to keep them, but I just can't. I mean, if I had like a farmhouse, I would, but considering I live in the city, I don't think
Dude, to get a farmhouse around here, you
cats
gotta buy
running around.
like houses. They put these things together. I've been plowing. I've been scuffing the snow out of some driveways around here in these parts. I'm not sure who laid out the protocol on spacing between houses and driveways, but they failed on this one. I'll tell you what. It's so tight coming down between the houses. It's unbelievable.
It is.
It's absolutely. It's one of the best video games you can ever play. I haven't broke a tail light. I haven't scuffed a fence. I'm actually very happy with the drivability.
That's
Not really hip on the electric plow thingy. I was used to hydraulic, which was much more controllable. The electric's like, it's
Oh, so you actually have like a
hydraulic
handle?
was nice. It would, you could kind of ease it up, but,
Right.
Yeah, but it's been.
I imagine plowing. I've never got into plowing, but I would imagine plowing is
If
not that
you walk
easy.
through the snow, you're plowing.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, well, it is what it is.
There's one picture I took, but that's when I was 381.
Oh, you were 381 my ass. What was that, 10 years ago?
No, before I got my
Before the surgery.
before my surgery.
Oh, before your surgery?
Yeah.
Big Joe was 381 before his surgery,
I'm
but
telling
he
you.
had to get out of a mechanical skill at his work because no scales fit his big
What? I
ass.
know. Shipping scale.
Oh my goodness. What about you guys? How you guys all doing out there? Again, a lot of things going on. We bombed Syria. Biden bombed Syria. The tensions with China, Russia are always on the rise. Seems like, but as the Bible tells us, there's going to be rumors and rumors of war and blah, blah, blah. We don't know what to make of it. There's not much we can freaking really do right now. Other than, I don't know. I quit the news. I quit everything. I'm just living and, working and having fun and chasing skirts. You guys know I love the skirts. I always got to throw that out there. And it makes some people so mad. They get so mad at me about that. But it's all fun, guys. I just have fun, bust balls. You guys all know who I am. That's the other thing. Why the hell's everybody been deleting me off of Facebook? Seriously, I've been deleted like another 10 people just in the last 2 days. I don't know what the hell I've done. Maybe I'm going on there. Maybe I get all drunk.
We're like the young guns drinking that shot.
Right. Here's to you bastards out there. We love you. Who loves you? Big Papa loves you.
My buddy got one at Halston.
Yeah, well, that's
push the button, and it grinds it,
So let's see what else.
Dude, me and we were 700 and something pounds. We are as a day.
Right. Oh, that reminds me, dude. Let's do that wrestling. The guy emailed me back. It's $1,500 for like a year's worth of training, like so many days a week, 1 or 2 days a week, something like that. More like chasing shorts. Whatever, Shane. He's not as smart ass. But no, they've got that wrestling school. It's right in Brook Park. It's $1,500. They teach you all the moves and how to fall and all the stuff. And then they can get you into the local wrestling.
I gotta find that.
You know, dude, me and you, the colossal connection, baby.
Remember when you and Conley went to my buddy's gym? We wrestled in boxing.
Yeah, that was a long ass time ago.
Danny was there and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, those are good
I gotta find that tape, man.
Danny DiViore, what's up with him? He deleted me off of Facebook. He's another one.
Really?
I thought of him for some reason, and I went to his page. I'm like, this son of a bitch deleted me. So they had his friend. I'm like, this mother effer. Maybe I made some kind of gay comment. I don't know. People are so offended by everything today. For the love of God, you say anything wrong, and people aren't willing to open themselves up to others' thoughts and ideologies. They're stuck on theirs. And I get it. But at the same time, I'm willing and ready to listen to another point of view because that's how we learn. That's how we grow. And I don't like not seeing my hands moving around. Gotta fix this. Now it's all fucked up.
That's how I communicate. What's that one called? Goodwill. My wife bought a goose first.
Passing the torch. But don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you should ever give up on your thoughts and opinions and hold strong to your core values. But at the same time, I also think that we have to open ourselves up. We have to be willing to listen to their thought process. Now, some people, the whole transgender thing, it's a mental illness, and they're trying to push that through to make us accept it as truth. They did the same thing with the gay issues. Now everybody's like, well, it's okay. I have gay friends. You know what I mean? They're destroying our society. You say, how are they destroying our society, Don? You're a racist bigot. Very simply, we were a country founded by God. Okay? The founding documents were written and inspired by the Holy Spirit to the people of that time, George Washington and so forth, etc. So with all that being said, when we're turning our core values and truths and beliefs away from our founding and away from our God, the true living God, we are in fact causing condemnation upon ourselves, upon our nation.
At least Don is caught up with this.
I'm sorry.
At least you caught up with this.
Oh, I've been caught up with it. I get it, brother. Oh, that's a nice sweater.
Thanks, man. I paid $2 for it, Goodwill.
Really?
Absolutely.
They hated sweaters, but that's a nice one.
This is a beautiful sweater.
Yeah, show them your sweater. Come on, Wickenstein.
Show them my beautiful sweater. I just had that dry clean, put some leather patches on the elbows. I think we're going to be able to open the door tonight.
I know. You know what? I'm getting hot. Are you hot? You look like you're sweating. You got
I gotta go
your hair.
No, fucking went. I got a Tim goes.
I think Joe's got some jungle juice up in his hair.
My soul glow.
Hey, I'm thinking we do need to open this door. Can we open it without tearing all the equipment down? Remember last time you opened the door, all the equipment was set up and you ripped it all down? Shit. Everything fell down and unplugged. It was like, what the fuck, Wickenstein?
I'm right here.
I'll show you a picture.
Like a meerkat in the background.
The meerkat. Yeah, where's Ricky at? He's supposed to be coming.
He took Jesse home.
I saved this
He's
picture.
coming back.
He said he's coming back?
I think so.
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right.
I'll be right back.
I'm looking.
But, hey, do we still got that bottle of Yukon around here? Is that all gone?
Hey, unlock that while you're here.
Come around the side.
Unlock it, though.
Somebody's here.
That's probably too
Oh, they
good.
got it. Yeah. Qualified.
But what do you guys got, man? What do you guys want to talk about? You want to talk about anything? You want to throw it my way? I'm the smartest man on the planet. I'll answer your questions right now.
Bullshit.
Just so everyone
Man,
understands, the size of that plant is real small, okay?
Man, that got the crowd going a little bit. Jeez. Apparently, I'm not the smartest man on the planet, according to these guys.
I want to know if they can hear the round table speak, because we have the microphone hooked up over there as well.
Well,
You know that
I
microphone...
don't actually.
You don't?
No, let me plug it in, though.
Well, if you plug that in, then both of those microphones are going to work. Yeah, that's going to help control the sound.
All right, here.
Oh, God, don't break it.
Right?
Yeah. You see this? Look at, we got our IT guy on. So the silver one's working. I do have more news. Does anyone else know anything about Potato Head?
Oh, no, what more about
Did you
missed it.
Did you get it plugged in?
We got to let our viewers know. Johnny, wow.
Hello,
John.
Rose. Hello.
And just as we all want to know,
Hey,
we do have
does that
another
sound louder?
guest here tonight. Another.
Who's our guest? Who's our new guest?
Well, you can listen. I'll show
Oh, they
you
got
all the-
food, it
I'll
looks
show you all
like.
the dark corners.
Hey, Denise, talk. Hey, you guys, let me know if you guys can hear Denise. Because there's a microphone right about in the lamp there.
Yeah?
Testing.
Okay, try to put together a full sentence, honey.
Can
Try-
you hear it?
I don't know. Can you guys hear? Can you guys hear from the round table
Not
back
real
there?
talk. He sounds sexy.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Can you hear me?
Did you guys hear the Englishman? That's Johnny English. Did you guys hear him? Come on, somebody say something for the love of God. Thumbs up or something. Okay, well, someone's gonna have to go on and tell us because I don't know. No, but everybody gets all quiet. They're all afraid to speak. Come on, guys, you got to have an opinion about something. All right? Okay, they said no.
Always does. Shane always has an opinion.
Shane is also a little bit slow.
Can you see if I post something on YouTube? Because I know it's live on there. Can you see that, or can you only see the Facebook live?
No, you can see Facebook too. Or yeah,
Both of them?
I have both going. Yeah,
Okay.
we only got like. Oh wait, somebody said hi on YouTube. What's up, Jeanette? How are you, honey? Testing. 1, 2, 3. So you wait. Hold on, Jeanette. You could hear him saying that in the back around the round table. There's no one behind you. Oh, no, it just went out. Why did it go out? Hello, Walls. You guys hear that? Hello, Walls. Ryan Eddy is gay.
You try my
Did you hear that one? Oh, you know what? Here, I know what happened. The volume was off. Try it again. Try it again, Johnny English.
Smells strong.
Testing, 1, 2, 3.
All right, can you guys hear the round table back there?
The dark and stormy night. Moving the shining place. The captain said to the shipmate tells the story. This is how it is.
I didn't shake it up and shake it up.
Okay, this one's working. Why is the other one not working?
I got cinnamon in my mouth.
It's always something. Always.
Yeah, it's got different. It tastes a little bit different.
You put a little bit of brown sugar, nutmeg.
Yes, I don't know what it's doing.
I don't think it's working, guys. This one's working. I think this one's working.
What do you figure?
He heard me.
I know it's got a whole. It's the whole bottle of Everclear that he had. And he puts in it, and he gave me that, and then
it's always
half the bottle of the Everclear was filled.
We're not very tech savvy around here at the Wickenstein compound.
A gallon, and then a half a bottle of the Everclear.
Yeah.
$50.
We talk to walls. We talk to all kinds of stuff around here. That's what we do. That's how we roll.
I think my recipe is like.
But I mean, you guys, this isn't gonna be much fun if you guys don't give me something to work off of. Because I can go into one of my tirades if you guys would like. Tirades are always fun. You know, what do you guys think about some tirades? You know what? Since nobody's listening,
You touch them.
Nobody wants to listen.
Yeah, but that's what's in this.
Yeah, but I'm saying.
Well,
My buddy used to bring us back. I mean,
my computer wants to restart.
what was that ratio?
Oh, you know what? I had
Okay. Someone says they can't hear from the table.
I got a little
All right.
smaller one than this.
Thank you, Christine.
Apple rye.
So it sounds like the table is working now.
I'll bring that next time.
Yeah, I did.
So we should be good there. So we're gonna go ahead since nobody wants to make any comments.
I'm gonna get.
What's the word I want to use?
I'll buy some more. I'm gonna bring that up.
Oh hell, I don't even know what the word is. I'm
Apple
gonna
rye
use.
next week, and I'll get the.
All right, so it's louder with
Should I get
this
another thing of this?
microphone. So that's good then. We're gonna go ahead because I have a feeling that there's some people out there right now that need a message from the Lord. And the Lord is going to speak to you tonight through the reading of this passage.
Through the reading of the demon right here.
You got a demon shirt on, bro. Actually, you want to know something funny about that shirt? There's an exorcist up in Colorado. He actually teaches classes. And he actually followed kids around to see if they were actually like demonic in their music and all that kind of stuff.
Crazy.
Yeah, he goes, his findings was that it's just a show and it's just entertainment. He goes, these guys are not Satanists. They're none of that crap. He goes, they're just entertainers. They're just entertainers. So this is the reading of the word for this evening. It actually is kind of funny because I just turned the page, opened it up. I didn't look for any of this.
Hold on.
And
Through him, with him, in him, in the unity of the Holy Spirit. All glory and honor to us, Almighty Father, forever and ever. Amen.
Okay, apparently this is kind of some sort of seance chaos going on now. But this is Matthew, chapter 23, verses 9 through 14. And I think it's kind of funny because, I just turned to this. Then they will hand you over to be persecuted and they will kill you. You will be hated by all nations because of my name. Then many will fall away, betray one another, and hate one another. Many false prophets will rise up and deceive many. Because lawlessness will multiply, the love of many will grow cold. But the one who endures to the end will be saved. This good news of the kingdom will be proclaimed in all the world as a testimony to all nations, and then the end will come. My friends, I think we're getting closer and closer towards the end. I'm not going to personally say that because nobody knows, but I do watch a lot of videos on end time videos. I don't necessarily agree with them all the time, but the signs are the writing's definitely on the wall. So there's that. There's our little Bible verse for the evening, and do a shot. Give our ears a break. Can't turn that one out, Joe. It's time to pour them up, buddy. Hey, do we got that Yukon left, or is that all gone? Hey, D, didn't you bring some kind of moonshine too? This stuff is sweet. What's going to happen is we're going to drink that whole gallon, and I'm going to fall off my fat ass here. Yeah, thank you, Mark. Dave's always he's like the heckler in the background. You know,
there. Oh, pour that in there.
Dude, these shot glasses are cool though. Big shotgun shells. That's good times right there, buddy.
I got them. Actually,
those are like 3 ounces too, ain't they?
I got it from Todd DeFranco.
Oh, really? How's he doing? I didn't see him in
I haven't seen him in a while. When we had a Halloween party, whatever, and he gave me a Halloween party.
Nice. So, what's up, Todd DeFranco? You're out there. Where's Jonesy at, by the way, with his bullshit? His liberal bullshit. We need to hear his crap tonight. See what he thinks about this administration and their corruptness. Here's to you guys. Big Papa love. Oh my gosh. Dude, that stuff is like, it's like apple cider. Oh, there's that other moonshine right there.
Yeah.
Dude, let's try that shit.
I already had some of those.
Is it good or no?
Yeah.
Is it strong?
It's, I don't know, it's not that. It's got maybe a little bit more kick than this one. It's got different,
this is some kind of homemade stuff.
This stuff from,
that's what I'm going to start, guys. Stop it. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start a dating service, Don's online dating service. That's going to be computer generated, background checks, everything. Charge everybody like $75. We were doing it last week with Mario.
Where's that dude at?
Mario was a train wreck, dude. Mario, he was a mess. By the time we left,
I didn't even recognize him. That's why, Mario, if you're out there watching, I didn't even know who the hell you were. First time I ever seen you without your damn beard. And I text Donnie on his phone. I was like, where the hell did you pick this guy up? Walking down the street? I didn't know who the hell you were.
Good times. Mario was shaving on the show last week with one of those cheap razors like you get in jail. Not that I know anything about that, but I heard about it. And one of those real cheap little fucking thick blazers, dude. Yeah. Oh my god, it looked like his face was all red. It looked bad, man. I'm like, man, his face could be hurting tomorrow, man. Oh my goodness gracious. Let's see. Joe, that was great. What do you think about Syria? You know what? That's a good question. I mean, what's your opinions on Syria? I mean, within our first 30 days of the Biden administration, he's already attacking Syria. Everybody was so worried that Trump was going to start wars and all this stuff when he actually brought peace accords to the Middle East, something that hasn't been done ever. And the first thing that Biden does, he gets in office, is a retaliation. And then we're
going to take 20 steps backwards.
We're going to take 20 steps backwards. It's ugly. The half of the COVID relief bill goes to their poor, goes to their crap where it's not even helping the American people. It's going to different organizations to fund different crap that they do. It's just absolutely ridiculous. It's some sad times. And the funny thing is, you really don't see it. Nobody ever comes forward to talk about how great Joe Biden is and what he's doing. I mean, this is the biggest farce we've ever had in our lives.
It's not Joe Biden. He is definitely not from the other side of the street.
Joe Biden?
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden is a
How
clown.
did his name become one word?
Man, it looks like Marlon Brando, man.
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden. Joe Biden.
I don't think
like
that
that,
he's the
Joe Biden.
worst thing that ever happened. And I'm not going to say that anyone is a good thing. And you know my view on politics. I'll take all of you out in the woods, and there ain't no politics that matter there.
I don't disagree with you.
6 ways of Sunday.
Politics
You can argue over all that stuff all day long.
It's a good way to separate us. It's a good way to control us, and it's a big fraud. Is what it is.
Listen, the biggest fraud. All right, what's the biggest fraud you've seen in the last 2 weeks? Anybody?
The biggest fraud we've seen in the last 2 weeks?
180 times on electric rates in Texas. Now that's a good fraud.
That is a big fraud.
Yeah, but
the biggest fraud of all
is they took Mister out of
But
potato
you know
head.
what, doesn't it? I mean, and I know we covered this a little bit ago, but
You know they got transvestites
How
potato
is it
heads
that-
coming out next week.
yeah, how is it that we bring up this potato head on our show, and now he's a national freaking icon again, and all over the news and every news
They
feed?
just dropped his name. It's not Mister anymore. It's just a potato heads.
What does that do for me, man? That like destroys my reputation. Because I've always been called Mr. Potato Head.
What are they going to do about Mr. Chicken? Are they going to change the name of that?
Now that you said it,
now?
now that you said it, that'll be next week.
What about-
It'll be called the Chicken House?
We just keep
Hey, government, what about Mr. Chicken, you putz asses?
keep it simple. Keep it simple.
Hey, where's Matthew at, man? How come he never shows up when I show up?
Well, he's on protocol right now, but he's trying to cue in. He's just editing some stuff down, but he said he'd be on live later.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, he's coming over?
They're going to change Mr.
He
Chicken.
can't be here.
They're not going to be
He's
able
taking
to
care of a couple
order
obligations.
chicken breasts anymore. Can we
Gotcha.
call something else?
What's wrong with Mr. Potato Head? One eye looks a little dilated.
Just a shots.
Have we got any food tonight? I was gonna bring some salmon, dude. Listen to this.
If you'd have brought
I bought-
salmon, I'd have cooked it.
I bought a big bag of salmon the other day at Walmart. Big bag, like I don't know, 30 pieces in it, right?
Next,
And I'm like, you know what? I'll bring this over to the show, and these guys can really cook. Well, today I decided to make some for lunch for me and the kids, and needless to say, I liked it so much, even though I didn't cook it the best, that I refused to bring it over because I'm like, man, I'm not sharing this. I want to eat this myself. That's what chubby guys do. Forget about it. Forget about it, Louie. I finally talked to him today. He's been in hiding, off the grid, so to speak, and he's I tried to get him to come over, and then he never responded. So I know he's been off Facebook and all that kind of stuff, you know. But it was good to hear from him. At least he's doing good. He's working out, getting himself healthy, you know, and all that kind of good stuff. So that's always a good thing. Tomorrow's going to be 60 degrees.
Tomorrow's going to be beautiful.
Tomorrow's going to be a great day, man.
I'm thinking about doing a remote garbage surveillance. So these people keep littering. So I'm going to sit in the woods and write my book, and with my camera, and I'm going to catch them. I'm going to get you.
Where are they littered at? The metro parks or just throughout the neighborhood?
Dude, I'm over it. If you're throwing it out the window, I'm getting you. I'm over it. Take it home. You bought it, take it home. It's carry in, carry out. This is, you don't buy it and then ship it out
Right.
the window.
Right.
I'm over it.
You got a napkin over.
This moonshine these guys have is so sugary that I'm gonna need to, like, my teeth are gonna fall out. So sugary. My teeth are gonna end up falling out of my mouth.
I'm going to bring a couple of these back.
You guys know how much I love my protein. I don't know. I've been noticing I like talk with like talk crooked. Like when I talk.
That's all the hook, all the left hooks you took from me in the ring.
What about that, man? What about boxing? What's going on in the boxing world, Big Joe? You been following it lately?
It's terrible, man.
You don't think it's not what it used to be?
It's actually getting better. I'm telling you now, man.
What about that dude that's got the belt right now? That big white guy.
Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury, yeah.
Dude's like,
You think he's good? Has he got a fight coming up anytime soon?
Yeah, I think he's good because he's. You know, it's funny because like my dad, we watched him win the second fight, you know, the second go around.
Right.
And my dad was like,
I watched that fight.
My dad's like, Joe, this guy totally reminds me of you. The way he used to goof, you know. Remember how he used to goof around and drop my hands and everything like that? I'm like, he fights with the same exact style as I have.
Yeah, he's definitely got a unique style.
And it's like,
he can take a punch too.
Yeah.
Like the way he fights, you're like, this dude's a boxer. He's like the champ of the world. Like, but he wins.
Yeah, he's just like he's got that attitude. I mean, like I said, he's got that attitude. The way that he's like a goofball. The way that I was.
Yeah,
it's funny. And it's like, and I knew sooner or later, like, when the first time I ever seen Deontay Wilder fight, and I watched him fight some of these bums and everything, he's knocking these guys out, and he was those big, wide punches, you know what I'm right. As soon as you fight somebody that's basically a boxer, and not scared of him, like he's standing right in front of him, he's gonna get whooped. And that's exactly what. Here we go. Fight somebody. I'm gonna just. I just tell everybody, if I fought this guy, I go right to the inside, take his reach away from him, and start pounding his body.
Well, he's the same height as you, right? 6'6", 6'7".
Yeah.
Yeah. And the guy that he beat, who was that? That dude was cocky, man. I did not like him. Yeah. Now, he was an English guy too, right? He was from England, wasn't he? He wasn't. I thought he was an English guy.
I'm pretty sure he's from the States.
But he was cocky, man. I didn't like him at all. But someone else brought up a good point. And Joe, I think you texted me something about this earlier. What about Coke saying, this just diversity, let people being less white? I mean, that's kind of a big topic right now. You know what I mean? So, what do you think about that?
That's like telling blacks who are being so black.
Right.
Now I think now we're going to see we have basically it's discrimination.
It is. It's
so now we're going to see what's going to happen. Now we got these lawyers going in there and going after them for basically telling white people they can't be white or whatever, be less white, being discriminated against. Now let's see what happens.
Right. It's basically anti-discrimination. It's basically trying to take away from one's culture, one's personal self-love, self-knowledge, and it makes them feel lesser of a person. And obviously we all know that's wrong. Any color, race, religion, creed, whatever. You know what I mean? And don't try to attribute my own words here, because transgender and stuff, that's a mental illness. The gayness, that's a choice. And nobody's taking anything away from them. But what I'm saying is we need to, instead of pushing them along to agree and accept this ideology, this falsity of a human being, we need more mental health doctors to help treat these people is what we need.
Let me tell you something. If a guy follows my daughter into the bathroom, he's getting his ass whipped. I'm gonna smash his face. So then we'll see where his
I mean, that's a scary thought, dude. Like, you know what? My Natasha, she's 15 now.
Right.
She's turning into a woman.
We see a guy follows her daughter. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to go to the bathroom.
We're at the restaurant, and this freak of a man dressed as a woman, got hormone pills or whatever, is going to follow my daughter into the restroom. You know what I mean? How disgusting is that? What kind of a government or people would even tolerate or accept such ignorance? We shouldn't be
Biden voters,
right? I don't think there was any Biden voters. You know, I don't think there was any Biden voters. A few handful of morons out there, but I mean, we shouldn't be condoning this and accepting this. We should be pushing back and getting these people the help that they need.
Right.
We have to stop.
To me, there's nothing wrong. The gay population. There's nothing wrong with that. You love who you love, this and that. I said, but being born a man. And you saying, oh no, I'm a woman, or being born a woman, saying that's bullcrap, man. You're either, you're born with a penis, you're a male, you're born with a vagina, you're a female. And then your choice is to do whatever you want to do after that. You want to be gay, bisexual, whatever, that's your own choice to do.
And I agree. It is your own personal choice. But at the same time, we need to teach people that it's immoral, it's wrong. And then people are going to come back and say, well, you can't help who you fall in love with, okay? Big Joe's one of my best friends. He's been for 30 years, right? I'm not in love with the motherfucker, that's for damn sure, but we're friends. I'm going to go wherever he goes, you know what I mean? I'm going to help out wherever I can help out, vice versa. And many of you others that are out there are my good friends. But I'm not going to love you in the aspect that I want to sleep with you.
There's no way we look at each other and say, we want to roll around in the bed, with no clothes on together,
Stacy just said, if a dude follows my daughter into the woman's restroom, I will help make their dreams come true of becoming a woman. You know what? That's awesome. And that's exactly the truth too. We have to stop accepting false crap and start pushing back. If you feel discriminated against, you know what? You're not being discriminated against. People are trying to teach you, educate you that this is wrong. This is not normal. It's not normal to try to be a woman when you're a man, or vice versa. It's immorally, it's ethically, it's all wrong, man. It's just all wrong. You know what? I mean, what is there? 76 genders now, according to the really smart people. And speaking of really smart people, isn't all the people in the Congress and the Senate, aren't they really smart people? Then how come they're so damn dumb? I mean, who does what they do if you're so smart? We are being led by a bunch of dummies at state, federal, local levels, all across the board, man, all across the country, around the world. It's disturbing, it's sickening, and it's frustrating. But at the same time, I also understand and know who my Lord God and Jesus Christ is. And I also know that these things must come to pass. And when these things come to pass, it's going to be a hard time for Christians out there. But I'm going to tell you, just like that passage I just read, the dark times are coming. We haven't even begun to scratch the surface yet. This COVID was just a starting of more crap with that forced vaccinations. And I'll tell you what, do your own research on the shots. I'm telling you, I know people argue they've had it and they feel fine, or they got sick, they didn't get sick, whatever. Do some research on what really is in these shots and what can happen to you in 4 or 5 years, the implications of these shots. Because you're going to be very disappointed in a few years when your health starts failing you and the lawyers pop up on TV saying, did you receive a COVID shot in 2020? Then call us because you are entitled for compensation, because that's what's going to happen. So they can take their shot. Read me very clearly here. Let me make sure I'm very clear. They can take their shot and they can shove it up their ass. I love you guys. All right, Shane, Ricky's on his way. I don't know. He's been on his way. I don't know where he's at. Fat asses. Whatever, Shane. Mark, love you, buddy. It is reverse discrimination with the whole whiteness bull crap. It's just a way of demeaning people. I talked about this for years, guys. For years, I talked about how they're going to put the world against white people. Do you know white people don't even make up the majority of the population throughout the world? But why are we the ones being ridiculed? It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. All right, let's see. Jeanette's got some good comments here. Is anyone here going to boycott and not buy their products anymore? I'll tell you what.
This dude lives on 52 liters of Coke a week.
No, I do not. I actually, since I've been trying to get back in shape and get rid of this little fatness I got going on here, I drink a lot of vitamin water. I just found out.
You look at it this way: if people are going to boycott Coke because of the white stuff, then they might as well boycott Pepsi too, because Pepsi gives money to Black Lives Matter. So if you're going to do one for the other, you might as well do both out of your system.
Well, you know what? And that's a good point, because what we're doing right now is the major corporations in this country are forming together with the media and the false governments, and they are pushing their agenda. And it doesn't matter which way you go. If you drink Pepsi or Coke, they're funding some sort of crap that's against us, we the people. So that's a very good point. But you know what? I've been drinking a lot of vitamin water, and unfortunately, I just found out that Coca-Cola makes vitamin water. So you know what? Like Caesar keeps telling me, he's like, "Hey, fat ass, just drink water." So now I have a case of water, and I'm pretty much, other than my beer and my moonshine or whatever we drink, we're having fun. I'm switching over to water, and I'm going to find a company that is not associated with Coke or Pepsi, because I think Dasani's Coke.
Want to drink Go to Save Lot, buy their cheap cola, buy Fago cola from Mark.
I don't want pop though. I don't want any pop. That's why part of the reason why I'm fat though. Yeah. But I mean, because you got
things. Stay away from all carbonated stuff. Drink non-carbonated.
Right. I agree. Honestly, my problem I'm fat is because I drink a little bit too much of these once in a while. But it happened. Let's see. Is there anything going? Okay, let's see. That goes back to the church and the church accepting it all. The churches are not for us anymore. I mean, churches are a great place to go, and I recommend people go to church and you take in what you can from the churches. But nowadays, the churches are more about teaching you their personal experience. Now, when I'm doing my Bible time and my Bible study or my Bible videos, which I haven't done in a long time, but I'm trying to get back to it. I'm trying to get myself cleared up, like I talked about a little bit last week. But
this stuff's pretty good.
They, yeah, I know. I need a little bit more.
Another splash of that.
Yeah, we need some more of that.
That's fantastic.
But they're teaching. When I read the Bible, I look at the times of Christ. Now these preachers today are trying to. They're trying to. They're pushing their lives and how things change. They're trying to compare people's actions to their life and how they can better themselves and so forth. But they're never going to do that when they try to compare their life to their preachers. They need to look at the Word of God, the Word of Christ, the words of Christ, and they need to put that together and understand why they're having problems. I've been seeing a lot of stuff lately, and there's some videos that are twirling in my head that I want to do. There's some videos that have been in my head that have already been written out that I just haven't done. But people are suffering because of a lack of knowledge. A lack of knowledge of who they are. They're not self-examining themselves. Self-examination is, what am I doing wrong? Why is this going on?
Salt and pepper right here.
I know, isn't that messed up, dude?
How the hell? You're 4 years younger than me, 3 years younger than me.
And I'm the white one. This is wisdom, bro. This is fucking wisdom.
You want to see what wisdom looks like? Older than you.
No, you're younger than me. You're 46.
I'll be 47, yes.
Yeah, so I'm a year older than you. 47.
Oh, yeah, boy, you look older than I do.
Oh, whatever.
I'm 50.
Fucking meerkat.
You're killing it.
Okay, let's see.
Truth be told, though, the
Come
lack
on
of
here. We
knowledge,
can't see you. They can't see you, bro.
the lack of knowledge is not stemming from the lack of ability to research things. The problem is as people research things right now, A, you got to make sure that your source is right, and B, just because you know how to source information doesn't mean you're intelligent. You've got to actually be able to retain it and make a disciplined decision and be able to decipher the information that you're getting. And most people are like, oh, look at I know. No, you don't know anything, because it's 12 minutes from now I can ask you again. You're going to have to look at your phone. You have no clue. You see my phone? No phone here. So ask me a question here, folks. Let's rattle one off. Hydrogen fuel cells, graphene batteries. Where do you want to start? What do you really want to talk about that actually matters? Because we can talk politics and argue who's going to do this and who's going to do that, but that really is not what's going on. That's a distraction of what you should be focused on. And that's the truth. And the problem is no one really pays attention to what you need to know. And the only way that you need to know is you have to either be a part of it or know someone that is involved within it. And you have got to actually take the time to research it, understand it, make a choice. If you don't know, it's okay. I don't know everything. That's clearly, look at, I don't even know how to get a haircut half the time. I mean, but at the end of the day, you got to understand graphene batteries, solid state. So pretty soon, your car, your drone that you're going to fly in shortly, the whole carcass of that vehicle is the battery. How many people understand that? How many people even know what I'm talking about? They don't know. They don't even know what I'm talking about. But I'm not bullshitting you. It's coming out on the market right now. It's already being tested and done. Right now, you want to buy in on Exo, the truck right now. If you want to buy a stock, go buy in right now. They're getting ready to fuel right now. It's done. Truck drivers are going to be out of business in 15 years on a high level, except for immediate local delivery. Immediate local delivery, where you got to back down an alley in Chinatown in New York City, that's not going to go to a truck. that's automated. That's going to go to a truck driver, a local guy that runs that route. But if you got to get from here to California, to New Mexico, to Florida, and back to Cleveland, no, that's all going to be done. The only other place where automated is going to be jammed up is due to weather. So when there's bad weather, you're still going to need drivers, and drivers are going to get paid a premium to drive in bad weather, an absolute premium, because the computers and the magnets and so on and so forth just can't operate with bad weather conditions, and a human is much more capable of fulfilling that job. But that's it. Listen, jobs are getting cut. So what's the next step for people? Are y'all going to sit home and collect data on everybody and think that you're going to get paid? That's not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. You can only collect so much data. And right now, Google and Facebook, and we can go down a list of a few of those guys, they got more data. You guys will post all the data out there. They're just collecting it. You guys signed up. You said, I want to participate. Click. And now that you signed up, they have all the knowledge that you think you thought you knew. It's a disaster.
It is a disaster.
And this is it. I mean, who knows how to go out and build a fire? Do you know what an upside down fire is?
An upside, I do not.
An upside down fire doesn't produce smoke. How do you build an upside down fire? It's not even a logical term. But the difference is you build a fire with the heavy wood on the bottom, and you put the premium wood on the top, that's softwood, and when you light it, it'll pull all the gas up, and it burns so hot, it burns all the gas out, and you get no smoke. So you got to be a little bit smarter than the average bear. And these are things that we're taught.
You know what's funny about that comment you just made?
Well, I'm just
is most people can't make a fire.
Good grief, that's for sure. The
I mean,
only
it's
fire
true.
they can make is just sticking a screwdriver in the electrical socket and trying to figure out why the sparks are coming out.
So, I mean, you make a good valid point.
Well, I'm just being honest.
Absolutely.
It's complicated.
All right, so here's Christine's comment. Vaseline and Dove are also funding things like that for the minorities. Both companies really push it hard.
Why is it always about minorities? I'm a minority. I'm a single white male in America.
Oh, you're going to be a guest on Don's dating show.
He owns a cement company. Look at this fucking.
You know what? I won't even charge you because
I'm a
obviously.
little bit scared of this. Kids.
No, they're-
Why does it show up like Mr. Belvedere or where's Waldo?
There's a lot of women interested in where's Mr. Waldo at here. Let's see, both companies are really pushing it hard on the radio too, getting ready to stop listening to the regular radio in iHearts. Well, you know what? Here, she's saying that other companies like Pepsi, Coke, these major corporations are pushing this anti-whiteness.
It's not anti-white. There's just no money in white people anymore. There's more people that are of color. And so there's much more money. They're still looking for the profit. The only thing they're supporting is profit. You must understand that that's still profit driven.
Hey, Joe, your dad stepped out for a second, buddy. I'll tell him to call you. Yeah, I'll tell him to call you, buddy. All right, Joe's kid called. We got to let him know.
Responsibilities.
But, oh, Joe, your kid just called, buddy.
Huh?
Your kid just called.
Who?
Joey.
Okay.
So, I mean, you know, these major corporations are funding all this. And a lot of things that Trump said and talked about, you know, the major corporations, the Googles of the world, the Amazons of the world, they have so much power and control that they are, you know, they're destroying our country, and they're making a hell of a profit doing it. I'm not gonna lie to you. I pretty much order on Amazon every day because I don't want to go to the store. I'm not wearing a mask. I'm not wearing that bullshit. So I order on Amazon. They bring the shit out the next day. Whatever. You know what I mean? And I know, unfortunately, I am funding that. I don't have the answer. I really don't. Other than prayer. What's up, John? How you doing, buddy? Yeah, come on, man. You can be a guest. Oh, man, you'd be a good one for the Don's Dating Show because you're like a pretty boy, man. I'll have like 50 women paying to come see your little butt. That would be, Matt wants to be on the dating show.
Oh, well, you know, he would absolutely be a beautiful contestant.
Oh, he would be a very good contestant.
Actually, I think it's more like handsome.
What, handsome? Is that, yeah. Hey, you know what? I'll charge women to come talk to you, buddy. Yeah, let's talk. Let's talk about this.
Good to see you out there tonight, Matt.
Matt, where are you at? How come every time I show up, you never show up? I just asked Wickenstein about this earlier.
He's busy. He's taking care of some obligations.
He
didn't miss that, though. He said, dating show? Okay, I'm in.
Let's see. Oh, now he's getting cocky. More like beautiful, he says.
I said beautiful to start with. I went to handsome trying to give
Trying not to be gay. Yeah. I mean, hey, I got guys for you too, I guess. I mean, there goes my whole lecture I just gave 5 minutes ago.
Listen, they just took Mr. out of the potato head so they could run transient on this. I don't know what's going on.
Let's see. Are you CIS gendered, Wickenstein? What does that mean?
What the hell does that mean?
CIS gendered. I don't know what that means.
You can't come up with all these terminologies. Listen, I thought it was
So
M and
it's
F.
an acronym.
Isn't it M and F?
Male and female, yeah.
I mean, are there more options? I mean, there might be like MF, like as one. So
Oh, he's at DUI school? Oh, no.
is that what he said?
Yeah, that's
No,
what he
it's
said.
not really true. No, check this out.
That's
you know what
funny.
the reality is? The reality is this. Has anyone been out there driving on these roads lately? I don't know what just happened when the curfew lifted. I've seen I don't know what's going on. Was everyone caged for a year? They really were, weren't they? I mean, people have been driving.
Oh, that driving it scares the
Dude,
shit
they're
out
out
of
of control again. Like
Me?
I just went into a hiatus. I just shut off all technology for 5 days, and I
Yeah,
found out.
that's why. What if I can get a hold of you?
I literally found out that about 9 people care. 9 people care about me.
Well, 9's better than I got. I got like
Children don't count.
2 kids.
Truth be told, I shut up and didn't answer for 5 days. It was really a 5
You went
day
MIA.
I
Missing
didn't
in
go
action.
MIA. You know where I live. I wasn't MIA. I was right here. I didn't go anywhere. The problem
Yeah, I'll
is
be
people
back.
are a little too
Where
lazy.
you going?
Joey got a flat tire, man.
You don't have AAA?
So,
No, dude, it's like $5 a month. You ain't taking the booze with you, are you?
You coming back?
Bring Joey back. Oh no, he's a minor.
You all set? Do you need help?
We don't need no minors here.
I'll be right back.
Hey, listen, and that's what parents really do. I got a call. The kid's jammed up. He's on the side of good grief. Who knows? Where is he? Is he jammed up on the side of a highway, or did he just hit one of these Cleveland potholes? Truth be told, though,
Okay, now there's Stacy just responded to your comment. She said, according to our government, we have 12 different gender options.
how in the hell can we make money off of 2 different?
I don't know. Maybe that's the
How
trick,
much
man.
profit is there in these? How
Maybe-
much profit is there in making your 12 different options? Is that so we can like exclude it down? We can cut it by like a fourth or 3/4. Then we come out with 3.
I don't know, guys, but this is how we do it. This is how we do it around here. We don't bring bottles; we bring gallons.
Long story short,
This stuff is like
it's beautiful tonight.
it's
Though.
sugary.
Did you
My teeth are gonna
did
fall
you see the moon?
I don't have time to look up, bro.
Listen, and there is the issue. So let me can I recite something really quick?
It's your show, bro.
Oh yeah,
Sit down.
I forgot all about that.
It's your show. I just run into you. Come over here.
It's good to see you. And here it
Look at the
is.
size of his hands. Got some big ass hands compared to mine. Holy shit. I mean, mine are fat, but his are
Hey
big.
ladies, you know what they say about big hands?
Oh man.
Big gloves. That's what I thought I heard.
On that note, I need a cigarette.
Well, that's an interesting fact that you just brought up, Stacey. 12 different viable, lawyers have instituted this into policy. This is like an arguable point that we can take to the Supreme Court. There are now 12 different variations of human. Is that what we just heard?
Yes.
What in the hell is that? I'm confused.
Oh, she wants to know if you're straight.
Like a pencil. Am I
And 8 different shades of white. Oh, so there's 8 different versions of white people too now?
Well, that's not my fault. My grandfather got with them. You know what I mean? No, I'm just saying. I don't look at life in color, and I'll share this 100%. I didn't really understand anything about race. I had heard about it, but I didn't understand it. I didn't physically understand it until I came out to this metropolitan area that I now live in, and this is definitely a very divided city.
You know,
It is extremely divided.
I remember that conversation you and I had.
And I'm
You
not
talking
kidding.
about
Like
that,
I didn't.
yeah.
Listen, I didn't understand it. I never judge people of that.
I know some of you guys don't like Wickenstein, like Nate and stuff, but I'm going to tell you guys something. Believe it or not, Wickenstein is a very intelligent man, and he's had a lot of good experiences.
I pay attention. It's the only thing I can
You know what?
afford
I
to
mean,
do, actually.
It could be because he's from Mars. Maybe he's a little smarter than us. I don't know, but he's actually a very smart, intelligent guy. And if you guys actually met him, you would like him.
Well, I spend time. I don't Facebook, and I do spend time reading and learning. I'm very specific about what I learn, and I learn it to know it. I don't learn it to be able to regurgitate the information. I learn it to know it. It's the only way you can actually really be involved in a good, intelligent conversation. You can't be blindsided with someone saying, oh, what's this, what's that? Because most of the time they're just going off a talking point that they heard off of some news outlet or something that they picked up off a snidbit or whatever. And they really have no knowledge of what they're talking about, but they know it's a talking point and they throw it out there for controversy. And generally, the conversation is very short and it goes to a moot point because they don't know what the hell they're talking about. And as soon as you hit them with actual facts and statistics, which the statistic that Stacy just brought up, I didn't know, but I retained that. Now I know. And I'm going to look that up and verify it. But that is an interesting point. I had no idea about that. I didn't know that.
Why am I the only one with a white beard around here?
You're racist.
I mean, seriously, Joe's 3 years older than me. Your beard's still brown. Mine's freaking white.
Dude, this has got some flash of red in it.
Oh, yeah, you're one of those people.
You know I am.
One of those people.
We ored over here when we came to this land.
Hey, I have a funny one for you guys today, right? So today, Natasha, she's like, Dad, I need $20. I'm going to dinner with my boyfriend.
What are they getting?
They went to Olive Garden or something, right?
That's nice.
So the parents were taking them or whatever, right?
That's cool.
So I go, wait a second. Why are you paying for your own?
That was the right thing for her to do. I agree.
Hold on. Just let me finish.
I agree.
Let me finish. So she says, well, Dad, you know, and don't let me finish before you guys jump to conclusions.
You haven't even got through it.
I know, because everybody jumps to conclusions. They don't listen.
The conclusions are bouncing around your head.
So she says, so we're driving to the bank to get money because I spent all my money last night like a fool, right? So I went and got money out of the bank, and I said, hold on a second. Why doesn't he pay for your dinner? You know, he's the guy.
It's really not the right thing to do.
She says, you know, I'm a feminist, right? Right. Hold on. Just stop. I said, okay, you might be a feminist, but I'm an anti-feminist, and I'm the one paying the $20. And I'm the one paying the $20.
Listen, ladies. I am definitely on the right of having rights.
No,
I do believe that
the feminist movement is not about rights.
Oh, boy,
it's a whole
here
different
we go.
thing.
Listen, DC, every time he talks like this, my hat gets a little more sideways because.
Oh, for the love of God.
I'm telling you.
But no, so I said, hold on a second. You might be a feminist, but I'm not. And I'm the one giving you the $20. I'm like, this isn't
Do you
cool.
love your daughter?
Right? I give her the $20.
Are you complaining?
But it's kind of an inside joke. That's what I'm trying to finish.
It's not funny.
Because Caesar's like hardcore.
Caesar, you mean from like 1,300 years ago?
Yeah, well, my son Caesar, he's your height, 6'4".
Oh, this is one of your sons?
Yeah. He's 6'4". He's like 290 pounds.
Wow.
He wants to go in the Air Force. I'm like, dude, you got to
Congratulations.
You know, I mean, he's big. He's like Leonard. He's just like tall, big, you know.
You might want to start replacing motors on helicopters.
Right. Well, he always calls her a libtard, and he calls her a feminist, and all this different stuff. So
I think
she's not.
These are
But
points.
she's open. She's like me, where she's willing to listen to people. You know what I mean? But she runs that because it makes Caesar so mad when they get in fights.
Well, kids are always going to have to pick their sides and
Right.
battle it out. No, I get that.
So it's kind of funny, and that's why I was saying it, because I'm like, wait a second, I'm the one giving you the $20. It's not your $20. What the hell's going on here? You know what I mean?
No,
So
but I'm
it was
listening.
pretty fun. It was pretty funny.
I
That's
believe
all.
that. You know, did you hear all the voices in his head laughing?
So Jeanette wants to know if you're straight, or we already asked you that. Do you like women?
I love women.
Hey, Wickenstein's also a player, but we're going to put him on the dating show.
I love women, and I cater to them well. I'm actually a very good chef, and I enjoy personal time with women.
Okay, so Jeanette says, technically, I am the feminist because I gave her the money. Good point.
That's But I don't look at it that way. I don't think giving money to go to a dinner date, she didn't want to show up unprepared. And she wanted to be able to put down her statement. If she wanted to purchase something or participate in it, she wanted to be prepared. And that's what women have wanted in this country forever. They just wanted to be tooled as men were so that they could participate on points of view that they felt were priority to them. And that has been called feminism and this and that and whatever, but the reality is they just want to be equal at the table. Now, we're not talking about bearing children and men's rights and who watches the children, who washes the dishes and all these things, but at the end of the day,
I held Satan falling from the sky.
definitely not true.
No, I get it.
Listen,
No, she's a
the
very
fallen angels landed upon you a long time ago. You're just a little oblivious to the fact that it occurred.
But she's very strong-willed. She does her own thing. I mean, she's a wrestler.
She's awesome.
She took second or third. Yeah, you bet that's awesome.
I know.
Yeah.
I liked her. She was a wonderful personality. Listen, she was a good personality. At her young age, she's a wonderful personality. And she's a little more educated than you, but
she's actually very smart.
Yeah, you'll catch up. It'll be okay, Dad.
She tries to use big words with me, and I'm always pulling out the dictionary like, what's that mean?
Dude, I had to look up a statement tonight on the Google. I had to use my phone tonight. Someone sent me some statement that I knew was important and meant something that referenced what I was talking about, but I was like, I have no idea. So I was really smart and I copied it and then slipped it into the Google thing and it puked out the answer. I was like, that's right. I knew it, man. I did it so quick.
That's good.
Yeah, they didn't even know.
Jeanette, women have been working long before 1842. If you go back to the Greek empires, women were actually
Listen, I don't look at it like this. I don't look at it like this.
Statesmen and so forth.
If you look at native, if you take a tribe of people and you put a group of people, male and female, and let's say that we put 2/3 women and 1/3 men in a group, the women will always do more, even if it was reversed. That's a fact. It's just the truth. It's just the truth. I'm not going to argue with it, but I'm not going to tell them that they're always thinking clearly all 30 days a month. They go through an emotional transition every 14 days, I think. I mean, well, within the 30-day period. And that we should all recognize that there are times to have certain discussions and times not to. And you have to be much more emotional when you listen to them. I don't know how else to say it. You got to be on board with it. If you don't know what the moon cycle is, you got to pay attention because that really depicts the behavior most of the time of women. And if you understand the way the moon works, you will understand the behavior you will receive. And if you clocked it on a calendar and wrote it down like in a journal, you would see a pattern that would be very evident. And it's no diss on either side. It's just recognizing it. What amazes me is that women don't recognize that this occurs. So it sneaks up on them all the time. And I don't understand because...
So you're saying that women are an emotional...
No, I'm just saying that they're triggered by certain things based on their gender because they're women. It just is. It isn't something you can argue. It is. So like if they have to make an important decision at a certain period of time, they can think differently as they would. 14 days from now, they might think differently on the opinion that they make because there's another overpowering energy that is in them that is occurring during that other period of time.
So you're saying women have several personalities.
No, I'm just saying that, Don, you are a one slate, you're a one trick pony. You're consistently consistent. Listen, consistent, 100%. I am definitely not. I'm peaks and valleys. That's the way I work, right? And I would definitely think that I think more aligned with some behavior that women exhibit due to the fact that there are other things that affect us in life. I don't know how else to say it. I don't know. I can't be clear enough apparently. It has nothing to do with the book.
Keep talking. No, keep talking. This is interesting.
Well, I know. No, that's good. Are you getting educated or are you getting less educated? Because we've had this conversation.
I don't know. I've been reading the Greek philosophy.
Do you understand about the moon cycle? Do you understand women?
And it's a great book. But
I enjoy
So-
women. I actually really, really, truthfully enjoy being around women. No,
I
I
love
enjoy being around
I
women.
love the ladies too.
Oh, you love
They have a
ladies
little
for
spot
one
right
and
now.
one purpose only. There's no hope here, folks. It's all right. We'll work through this. And I'm not being
All right.
controversial. I'm really trying to talk something out that I may not have all the words for to say it correctly, but
Stacy seems to disagree with you to a certain extent. She says,
to a certain extent.
"Don't you think the moon affects us all?" Question mark. Our bodies are
Do you see how
7%
thick
water.
the skull is on him? It doesn't affect him.
The moon affects our huge bodies of water on our planet. How could it not affect the human body?
I agree with you, Stacy. The difference is with a thick skull like this guy's operating, it doesn't get through to him, so he's just consistently on one plane. Where I think that we're speaking the same language here. I'm not dissing anyone, and I personally swear. Listen, I was raised. My father wasn't around, so let's just pay attention to reality. All right, my father wasn't around. I take care of my father now. I don't hate him. I'm being honest. It is what it is, right? And sure, there's a bunch of emotional stuff that goes along with that.
Sure.
There is. And I suffer from it. I had to shut my phone off because I was over it. I shut my phone off this week. I was done. I'm like, I'm not listening to anybody. I got to check reality. Hold on. There's a full moon. Yep. We're going to do the show tonight. I look forward to doing the show tonight.
So John is going to be a contestant on Don's dating service. He loves women too. I think he needs a girl. So we're in the process
I
of putting
personally
together
would like
Don's
to
dating
have a
service.
few different women in my life. And I don't mean that. Look at the first thing he does is jump right to conclusions. Did you see that? I like being around women, but when I want to go away and go fishing and hunting and ride my bicycle or whatever it is, or take all the kids with me, I want the women to go be able to have women time. And I think that's important. I think there's men time. Right now, this is almost all men in the room. And there's conversations that
Where's all the ladies at? We need ladies over here.
Well, they're with us. They're just online because they're probably home with their children. Jesus, don't you understand how this works?
See, now you're a feminist.
I am not a feminist. Ladies, the ladies that are not here tonight, are any of you watching children? Let's ask them. Let's see if
Nobody answers.
No, they're keeping up. They're catching up. So, look at that. I love women too, John.
That's John. We're going to put John on the dating show.
Oh, perfect. I'm going to go on a dating show too. I'm going to come out as 4 different characters though.
Oh, Stacy says she's coming. Come on, Stacy.
Fantastic. You know what the best part about this is? You ever had a woman come?
Not answering that
That's a
question.
good joke.
I'm sending you.
It's Wickenstein and
Yes,
Wickenstein and
please.
Wickenstein.
Wickenstein, I'll send you a picture from there.
I'm trying to
Oh, yeah?
rebuttal
Oh, man, I
Wickenstein's
just got it.
genius comments over here with words of wisdom.
Hi, honey. How about my buddies? How you doing?
I'll look at it. I got one right here on the hook that said she's.
What are you doing? No, got it all.
Man, that's a lot going on.
Table mic is too loud.
No.
Table mic's too loud, somebody said?
Dong.
Oh, is it working?
Dong's too loud?
Yeah, well,
Is it me that's too loud?
Okay, so we're,
Oh, I'm too loud.
yes, so
Yeah,
now
let's
you
change
just
it.
down to level
Look
2.
at them guys.
Down to level 2.
Okay.
Wait for his buddy.
So it's
How
okay.
is that? Is that better?
Yeah, let's put
I
it.
backed it up.
I am loud. I am loud. My microphone can pick me up from
Loud.
like a mile away.
Loud and permanently. I
That's why
mean,
those
we're trying to keep the concrete in place over here.
the ball, but that one.
Now, you know what? I'm not going to rebuttal it because it might be too powerful.
Oh,
I don't
boy,
think it's
with the
appropriate
excuses.
for right now. Let's see.
Jeez, I'm looking pretty good next time.
Yeah, you look good. You got a nice sweater on.
I just got this from the Goodwill.
Hey, Goodwill's got nice clothes.
I wanted to talk to you about this, bring that point up. So out in Colorado, they have a program out there called ARC. You guys could all look it up and give me a little bit more information on this, but it's called ARC. And ARC is a fantastic establishment. It's like Goodwill, but a little bit different. So I loved it because people out there donate high-end stuff because they're, I don't know why. I have no idea why. But all of the proceeds go to fighting like cancer and a lot of health issues that we're dealing with children and adults. And I love the way that they do the back funding of it. And it was one of my most favorite stores. And as you've asked me recently, you want to open up a store that does this, that, and the other thing. I think this is a model that we could introduce here. We will compete a little bit with Goodwill, but that's okay. We're doing it for the right reasons, and we will be able to fund it correctly. I'd love to get you the information. If anybody's out there on a computer, check it out. What other thing?
The print shop, yeah.
Well, we'll talk about that after.
Okay.
The hats are in.
So listen, somebody else is going back to your moon effect comment. Jeanette from Streetsboro.
I'd like to hear.
I used to show up to a bar. She was a bartender at one time.
Understood.
I used to show up to a bar, a full bar on a Wednesday night. If the moon was full, the same goes for men, and I don't say where I worked. So she was a bartender. That's how.
So you saw reciprocal behavior, no matter the gender. That's what she said.
That's what she's saying. Yes, okay. Correct.
Well, that's fine.
And you know,
I'm talking about like when I think that's a social environment she's speaking of. So I think the difference is we all know that the social, hey, I'm out at the bar, or I'm grocery shopping, or I'm whatever, and you're out in public view. I think the response is a little bit different than what you get at closed doors behind the scene. Do you think?
Okay.
I don't disagree.
Here's somebody that made another comment.
I do think that the moon effect.
This person works at a school. Christine works at a school.
Understood.
And she said they actually watch for the full moon because during that time period,
there's behavior and
there
is a pattern. You can see the pattern. There's definitely a pattern, without question.
Okay, you know what? Here she went out with another statement.
And that's what she said. She said the same thing. And I just, with my only point was his skull's so thick it can't actually affect him.
That's true. That is true. Well, I'm just listen. Correct. I don't walk on the same plateau as the rest of you guys. I walk on a different plateau. Not that often, but
Chad, you want the pork cups?
Yeah. Whatever. Who is that? What did he sneak in? What's up, pretty boy? But Christine said she actually marks every full moon on her calendar, so she's aware when they know. And she said yesterday all the kids acted up, like it was a rough day. Well, I don't know if she had it circled. She says I have every full moon on my calendar circled at school, so we can be prepared. Yesterday was not good, so maybe it's the day before. I don't know. I don't follow the moon. I mean, I think the moon is an artificial satellite that was placed there several million years ago. I do. I mean, actually, if you go back to the times of the Greeks, when they mapped the stars, the moon wasn't there. But actually, before the Greeks, the moon wasn't there, and then all of a sudden, the moon showed up. I mean, that's my opinion. I could be wrong.
There's pictures of that?
There's drawings and. Why wouldn't they show the moon during the thing? You know what, Johnny? Just come sit down. Put your mask on. Cover up. I'm going to talk about England and the difference between England and America. Put your mask on so no one sees you. All right, guys. This is Johnny English. Johnny English is really freaking cool. You're actually from England, right?
Yes.
He's from England.
Born just southeast of Liverpool.
Southeast of Liverpool. Now, let me tell you something. I am fascinated with England. I belong to all these groups where they show castles and just the lifestyle and the language and the way the whole thing's set up. I'm not a big fan of the Queen and all that crap, but I just love the way, I just love the culture.
Yeah.
So, now, is England considered a socialist country?
Well, no.
No? Okay.
Unfortunately, there's multiple versions politically, let's say.
Okay.
There's not just two sides plus independents.
Okay.
So there's Social Democrats, there's Conservatives, there's Labour Party, there's the Conservative Party. So there's more choices.
Okay.
So people tend to gravitate to one particular choice.
Right.
And from that, you'll have a conversation with, like, if you're a social.
Hi.
Hey.
Stacy's in the house.
Give you a woman's point of view.
So what was I saying? Oh,
Yeah, we need to.
so there's multiple
Wickenstein
choices,
over there.
and then your friend, like, if you're far left, it's like independence. I'm trying to think of the word that they use. Independents aligned with the Democrats.
Okay.
What do you call that?
When you're independent and a Democrat?
When you're independent and you're aligned with the Democrat side.
Bipartisan?
No.
I'm not sure.
But anyway, in England, because there's so many different groups, you'll align with different groups to become a majority.
Okay.
So it's not just one or two.
So like in America, basically we have the Democrat Party, the Republican Party, and the Independent Party.
Actually, I think we're working on a fourth. Right?
We could, the Trump Party, yes.
But that's where you will work with the Republicans and have a majority at some point. If you keep it separate, but then you come together to hit something.
Okay. If you want a beer or something, I got a beer over here, so a little light somewhere around here. But
they have the Lord None Such Raving Loony Party. And there's about 300 people that subscribe to it.
I follow a group, believe it or not, and I actually donate to them. It's only like $10 here and there. Paul Manafort, I don't know. How long have you been in the States?
Since 85.
Since 80. So you've been here for a while. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but you grew up.
Here I was 15. So
okay.
Pretty much grown up here in the States.
Matter of fact, I can tell you his name right now. What is the name of this group, man? Damn it, did I delete it? I donate to this group in England. They're basically conservatives, and they
like very conservative.
Very conservative, yeah. He always gets arrested. He was running for office.
Less government.
Less government. Less. They hate
involvement.
The immigration policies and all that kind of stuff. Man, what is his name? Paul. Damn it! I just received an email from him today. Apparently, it's gone. I might have deleted it. But my point being is, I mean, how do you compare the difference between the United States and what you've seen growing up or living, growing up in Europe or in England?
Things were tougher for me back in England.
Okay.
Mainly because of where I came from. Because I moved around so much. Being from Liverpool, I had this weird accent.
Okay.
As soon as I'd go down south to London, I'd be picked on. People would always pick on me because of the team I supported, the soccer team, Liverpool.
Because soccer's huge in Europe.
Well, it's where
it's
you
like,
come from. So it's like,
okay.
But back then in the 80s, there was a lot more less control of people, let's say.
Okay.
So there's a lot more fighting.
I mean, they take that stuff hardcore over there. People get killed.
I'll be up tomorrow morning watching it.
Really?
I'll get up at 7 o'clock to watch
So even though you guys are all in England, but you guys are that much separated because of sports teams. Am I understanding that correctly?
Yeah.
Wow. So what's your thought of the current immigration policies in England? Because from what I've read and understand is the acid throwing in people's faces, the fact that London has become predominantly Islam, Muslim people. How do you feel about that kind of stuff? Like,
to be honest, I mean, okay, you have to think of it as if you were in that country where things are so bad that you have to leave. So where'd you go?
You went to a better country.
Exactly.
Right.
So people just try and find ways to. There's no borders now in most of Europe.
Right.
Like there used to be. So it's easier to move wherever you want to.
Right.
So people just want a better life. But they can't do it legally because the system there, wherever they are, is so broken. They can't file a report or file paperwork and give it to the embassy. They can't do that because the people are being killed, places are being burned, there's no sanitation, there's no water. So what choice do you have?
Right.
I'd leave. Like, I mean, that's one of the reasons I left England. I could have been a double-decker bus driver like my dad and my granddad.
So your dad was a double decker. Oh, I love those things. You see them in the movies and stuff. Those are cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I left to believe
Okay.
legally.
Right.
My stepdad used to.
I mean, but how does that make you feel though, knowing the country you come from has been infiltrated by so many immigrants, and they're trying to, from my understanding.
Yeah, we all.
Do you feel like there's more opportunity here in America?
So you okay? Good question. So you feel there's more opportunity in America than there is in England? Okay.
For me, where I lived, where I came from, definitely.
Okay. So now, with all that said, understanding a little bit about your history. What's your thoughts on America?
Love it.
You love it?
I'm still here.
Okay.
I mean, it's nice to go back for vacation, but
Yeah.
this is home for me.
So are you a full citizen here in America?
I'm
You
still
are.
a resident alien, basically.
So what does that mean?
I have my green card. The last time I applied, they said I lacked moral character.
What?
I'm not going to get into it, but
You lack moral character?
yes. I did some stupid things when I was 18, 19, 20.
And that was in England or in America?
Yeah.
In America.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
So when I applied, they were like, well, they looked at my record because I had to file a FOI, Freedom of Information Act. They have all of the info. Cars, tickets, things like that.
And they actually use that against you?
Yes.
Alright, well.
I said
Wow.
come back in 10 years, and I never went back. Now I still have to update my green card
doing, brother?
if I carry a British passport.
So every 10 years you have to update this alien registration card or whatever
Yeah.
card.
You can't flip these things.
Okay.
I told him that.
And it's just a matter of filling out paperwork and sending it in.
Make word, view pictures, biometrics.
Do you have to pay money and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff?
there's a charge.
Is there?
Yeah.
My wife's
See,
sister's.
yeah. Because that brings me a good point, because I remember when Mike Tyson was going to go to England to fight somebody, and because he had those felony charges for whatever he did, they weren't going to let him in the country. And I know Canada does similar things
Yeah.
like that.
Well, yeah, if you're a felon, you can't get arrested.
Okay.
That's what I've been told.
The race
Okay.
mount
Yeah,
for
but
the
that
seat,
really affects
the
being
roads
able to
are
go to another country.
You know what he told me, Chief? Tell me a story about it.
There's a lot of
He
international
come
places
around,
because
it was
he has
nice.
Really?
No, he hit a cone.
What do you guys think about
Like, you
that?
can't even understand.
See, see, that's where my liberal side would come out and say, you know what? When you commit a crime or whatever, you pay your dues to society. If it's jail, if it's probation, if it's fines, whatever it may or may not be, whatever the outcome is, once your time is done and over with, you should be completely restored of all your rights.
Well, yeah, I mean, especially if you've
Can
changed.
you vote
You're
if
not-
you're a felon?
I don't
You
think
can't
so.
vote if you're a felon.
No, you can.
In some states.
In some states, state of Ohio, you can vote if you have a felony. I think states like maybe Florida, you can't. There's different states. It's different everywhere. Some states, once you're done with your probation or your time, or when you paid your debt to society, then it's gone. Like they can no longer use it against
Well, it never goes.
you unless you cause problems again. Well, right.
They have it on record.
Yeah, it's right
Yeah,
here. So
yeah.
this was like-
So those are interesting, good topics.
I do have an issue with becoming a US citizen. When you fill out the paperwork, they want to know every place that you've gone in and out of the country over like the last 15, 20 years. I can't remember when I went. Okay, so I left the country. I went to the Dominican Republic twice. I went to England 3 times. I was in Mexico once on a business trip. I don't remember the dates. I don't remember. But they want you to put that in there so that when you apply, when they check their records, and if it's not the same, that's when they flag you.
Really?
Yeah, that's why I haven't bothered.
So, okay, let me ask you this then. With all this, it sounds like this is like a big headache to go through. No?
No, because I don't worry about
So
it.
how do you feel about the open borders here in America, where they're just, under the Biden administration, I think they're just 25,000 in or something. Don't quote me on that. Basically come on in. You're a citizen. We don't care what you've done wrong. We don't care how.
It's not, I don't know whether it's they don't care what you've done. They'll try and do checks on people.
You think they'll follow through? Okay.
But if you come to a country where you don't have any ID, you don't have any records about yourself because you live in a squalor,
Right.
a little hut somewhere, and you're making $5 a week,
They can't track nothing. There's nothing to do.
Yeah, so it's difficult. But
Yeah.
do you just keep bounds and put a big wall around us?
Right.
No.
Well, I always told everybody, I'm all for the wall, but at the same time, my studies that go back many moons ago, they weren't building a wall to keep people out. They were building a wall to keep people in.
Why is it the left and the right can't come to an agreement or a decision as to what we need to do to let them file the paperwork or what to do in the meantime? If you came
They look funny, but they say they ride like a drone.
I have a bunch of guys that work for me that are from Ecuador. They go back to family trips once a year.
Yeah, how do they get in?
I don't, you know what? I don't know. But I know every year he takes like a month off and he goes down to Ecuador and he sends his money back there. And they live in Chicago and great people. But I don't know. I don't know how it works.
America's a country that helps everybody.
I should have never
That's what we
sold
should
this
be
way.
doing.
Fucked up, dude.
Is helping everybody. Now, granted, we're not helping people internally.
Right.
So, I mean, that's I
And I get it. I mean, you're almost speaking along the lines of global government, which I'm totally opposed against. But you know what? Until our own neighborhoods are clean and safe and all that kind of stuff, I don't think we should be letting anybody in. I mean, right now we're allowing people to come into our country. Again, I think it was just 25,000 I just read the other day. And with that being said, we have people on unemployment waiting for the COVID relief, waiting for monies and funds and this, that, and the other. People are behind on rent. Foreclosures are going to
we
be
just close
ugly.
the borders and work for ourselves?
I think
Believe like we did before World War I.
you know what? Yes, because if you're in the middle of it, but you're in the middle of a pandemic, and that pandemic, they can be bringing and furthering that response.
I mean, for the last year,
You know what I
yes,
It should have been totally shut down. The world should be shut down as far as international travel, international refugees, whatever. Until everything's been
how do you can't just stop everything, close the borders.
you can't stop everything. I do get that. You got to get materials and shipments and all that. I get that as far as business goes. But allowing 25,000 people over the border during the pandemic, when
Did they just
500,000
let them
people,
free, or they put them into?
I don't know what they're doing. I don't.
So I'd like to see hear more
Now-
information.
Right, and again, I am speaking loosely.
I doubt they just let them all.
You're gonna have an SRX.
No, they're not just. I'm sure they're not. As a matter of fact, I think.
So should we look at them?
540cc.
I don't think so. Why? I think they're
Send them
countries.
back, go back.
I think they should be sent back.
Send Express to deal with it.
I think so.
So that's their fault.
I do. I think they should have been stopped at the borders. You know what? They would have been if Trump was still president. But because he's not, as soon as they said Biden won, the herd immunity, they all just started heading towards America.
Especially during the pandemic, like, why are we letting all these?
You guys told me if we want to have speed,
Right.
and
You know,
go with a 750.
25,000 might not seem a lot on a 330 million people country, but that's 25,000 jobs.
No, they're not taking it. The thing is, okay, what jobs are they?
How was that one? I don't
Farm
think
potatoes and farm. Most Americans don't want to do those menial jobs anymore.
That's not true, though.
You can't put
That is not true.
a
Everybody says that. Oh, Americans don't want to do these kind of jobs. No, that's the media telling us Americans don't want to do that. I'll do any job I can to put food on
Those
my
are the
table.
people that want.
You know what I mean? But those are the people that are burdened on society. Those are the people that are sitting at home. They could be working in the business that I'm in. I'm almost. I have 3 ads currently running right now for employees. I've had 4 responses in a week because 1 is tax season, so everybody's getting their tax refunds. 2, everybody's waiting on the COVID bill, which is going to be pretty hefty. I mean,
the computer will adjust.
not enough necessarily to save the country, but enough to put food in people's tables and maybe catch them rent up, maybe, depending how far they're behind. Because I know there's something in the bill I
Are
already
you
built.
okay for it? Are you okay for it? 9 trillion? You okay?
Yeah, but only.
What you got?
But most of that's going to different. It's not going to the people. Most of that's going to organizations that back the Democratic Party and ideology.
I know somebody that has 4 kids.
I have 4 kids at home.
So you should be getting.
I'm going to end up getting,
$5,000.
I think it's like 7. You know what I mean?
And I'm going to get
What's 14?
1,400.
14 times 5 is how much? It's 5,000 for 7,000 bucks.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money.
Do you need it?
Do I need it?
And I put right in 2000.
Now, if somebody's making 20,000.
And I put it up. I put it on eBay.
30,000.
It was gone within 2 hours.
I'm lucky I've had my job for 21 years. So,
Right.
that's not a lot of money to live on.
No, it's not a lot of money, but and that's what a lot of the people's argument is. That only so many billion are going to the people, but $1 trillion is going to Planned Parenthood. These crazy different organizations that are not going to help anybody. You know what I mean?
I heard they want to go to the States so they can pay for schools.
They're going to go to school.
Back to school.
There's a whole bunch of different, but it's not the amount that is needed. You know what I mean? It's not enough to sustain and put us back on our streets. The businesses, you know what I mean? Yeah.
So it should be more.
Well, no, the amount, the 1.9 trillion is fine, but again, the 1.9 trillion is not going to the people. It's going to business. So
Well, it's going to state.
it's
Well,
going
that's
to.
the whole
Well, no,
idea of it.
it's going to funnel money back into democratic organizations, which are going to be. Look it up. It's going to be funded back into their. Just like Black Lives Matter. Every donation back into the Democratic Party.
Only Democrats.
Only Democrats, yes. Only the Democratic Party's affiliations are getting any types of funds. Kennedy Center and all these crazy weird stuff. It's ridiculous.
So the money is not going to the states.
No, there's money going to there's money going to the
So
states.
part of it
Yeah.
going like for schools, part of it's going for unemployment. Because
Yes.
the states are having a
Yes.
hard time keeping up with all the unemployment.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So
Yes.
I haven't heard about the other things. So.
Yes.
So
Yeah. Look it up. It's pretty ugly. It's pretty ugly.
I don't look up that stuff.
You're like, I don't give a shit. Huh?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably.
I'm past it.
I know the peanut gallery was very loud. That's why I moved the mic up here so they could hear. You guys could hear us. And all of a sudden they started screaming back like a bunch of banshees. they saw we were having fun and they just started screaming. But all right, so now we have Stacy here. Stacy is one of our good friends, and she was so taken back by. Are you actually in the show, Johnny English? Are you coming back?
I'm just getting the drink.
All right. So Stacy was so taken back by some of Wickenstein's comments that she wanted to come over and clear up that mess.
I wouldn't say clear up that mess. I just have opinions, and I'm like, hey, why not get a woman's point of view?
All right. So with Wickenstein's comment, and I'm going to just sum it up in a quick sentence. He basically feels that women, during the cycle of the moon, full moons, and so forth, they become emotional.
And I think the moon affects everyone. I used to work in the emergency room, and when we had a full moon, there were equal men and women. And some days it was more men, sometimes it was more women. But when you have a full moon, yes, it affects everyone. Everyone gets a little kooky.
If a full moon can affect the earth,
That's what I'm
and
saying.
the tide,
Right.
it can
That
affect.
can affect everybody.
The human body is 70% water. So of course it's going to affect us.
So, okay. And I don't
It's just
disagree with you. I remember reading different things where the full moons, there's more crime, you know what I mean, during that time period, So it doesn't only just affect women, but it affects everybody. But then Wickenstein went on to say that women's monthly cycle, much like the moon, I think he was trying to get at, also affects their emotional being. What's your
Yeah, of course it does. Our hormones change.
Wouldn't you?
I mean, our hormones go from here to here and all the way down. So of course, I mean, it affects
If you had that issue in your stomach and then
I
emotionally fucking drained.
yeah, I mean, I imagine I would be.
I don't even think that it is the actual
Not emotionally.
losing the lining of our uterus that is the problem, but your hormones go crazy. You're used to being here, study level, and then a few days before, it's like, hey, what's going on? Ha ha ha, hypersensitive. And then once you start losing the lining, then it's like, drop.
So you're saying right before you get your monthly menstrual cycle, you start feeling them. You can feel it coming on.
Yes.
And
I mean, any woman that says that they don't, they're lying.
so okay. So now, with that being said, does that how do I say that? Does that, gosh. Why is Mr. Potato knocked down? Let me get my thoughts together here.
I mean, I think every woman is different on how they
Help me out
handle
here
it.
because I'm losing my
Because, like, you know, it physically affects you. Like, you usually gain 5 to 7 pounds. You know, your body changes. I mean, there's a lot of things going on physically.
So right before your monthly menstrual cycle starts, you become more emotional because of different weight fluctuations.
I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. I mean, your hormones are changing. Your body itself is changing. You know, certain areas are becoming very tender. You're gaining weight. You know, you may possibly be breaking out. You know, there's just a lot going on.
Your body's got something inside it
Right.
that it wants to get out.
Okay.
It's a major.
Now, let me ask you a question. Because, you know, you said something that's interesting. I've always noticed that mature women like yourself, you know, not little kids or girls or whatever, but mature, full-grown women, it's always a telltale sign to me when you're sitting in a bar or restaurant and you can see they're breaking out.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean that they're basically getting ready to cycle, or they did cycle?
You can break out for many reasons. But a lot of women, you know, the week before their cycle, you break out because your hormones are changing. Your hormones affect everything. It affects every part of your body.
Okay.
It affects the chemistry in your brain. It affects your skin. It affects, I mean, everything. Your taste buds. I mean, your everything.
All right, understood.
I mean, so many things.
Now, Kelly just commented. She said, "I haven't had a cycle since 2014, and still have hormone changes monthly." Now, with that being said, my buddy's wife, and I believe they're getting divorced now, but actually not my buddy. We don't talk anymore. He got mad at me for whatever reason. But anyhow.
Can I answer Kelly? Kelly,
yes.
I had a hysterectomy 2 years ago, but I have one ovary. And I still, every month, go through a hormonal cycle. I don't have, you know, my menstruation anymore, but there's still a hormonal cycle because I still have that part of my body to produce hormones so that I didn't go through full menopause. And I think that that's everyone, no matter what your reasoning is for not having a menstruation.
Okay.
If you have ovaries, you're going to go through the hormonal changes, which are going to affect you.
Do men have some type of a cycle?
I believe men have menstruation.
What is that? I've never heard of that.
Every few weeks, men get a little irritable.
So bi-weekly.
I said every few weeks.
Wait,
so maybe, you know,
so does this mean
days.
like when I go out and buy this muscle car?
We don't see
or when I go out and buy this muscle car or camper or whatever, does that mean I'm going through a?
I mean, it could be the moon affecting you. I mean, you know. But you guys have hormones also, and your testosterone changes.
Right.
So, I mean, why wouldn't it?
But do you know, is it noticed on a monthly basis, like the menstrual cycle?
My personal life experience, I was married for 15 years. Yes. And I don't think it's as predictable as a woman's. A healthy, woman who
So
has
why
that
do we not hear about that in men's health stuff?
Because men don't want to admit that.
Okay, so let me ask you this then. My buddy again, his wife got hysterectomy or whatever it's called. Hysterectomy. So he got that, right, or she got that, and he said as soon as she got that done, once she healed up or whatever from the surgery, that she basically just went ape shit.
Well, she might have had a complete hysterectomy, so it took her ovaries also. So her hormones went from being a normal, let's say 40-year-old woman, where her hormones are like right here, to not existing because your ovaries on a female is what produces your estrogen.
Okay, so
it's like taking a lung out from a guy.
I mean, it would be like if you removed your testicles.
You ain't touching my nutties.
I ain't touching nothing. I'm just saying it's the equivalent.
Right. So, okay.
Moving a kidney and a pancreas.
Yeah, because he said, like, after that surgery, like, his whole life just changed.
If she had a complete hysterectomy with her ovaries being taken and everything, she probably did because she was going through menopause.
Yeah.
And that's a very drastic change. When you go through menopause naturally, it happens in a slow, gradual process. And it still is very detrimental and affects women in many, many different ways. But when you just out of nowhere have surgery and they just rip everything out, your body doesn't have time to, really know what's going on.
Okay.
It just reacts.
Now, you being in the medical field, and I don't know what the extent of your medical knowledge is or whatever it is you do, but he also said after that hysterectomy thing, like sex was non-existent. Like
Yeah,
it
well,
just
she has
ended.
a hysterectomy because she
Yeah.
doesn't make estrogen anymore. Estrogen is a hormone that allows. That's what
That's what
gives
creates
the female the ability to have moisture down there. That's what gives us our sex drive. That's what, I mean, there's so many things that estrogen does.
So just like if you lost your nutties, you would not.
Exactly, just like if you were castrated. You
Okay.
wouldn't.
I don't know. Is that a fact?
It makes sense. I don't know if it's a fact, but it
I
makes
mean, if
sense.
you were castrated, I'm not saying, I mean, you most likely, I mean, from what I understand, that's why back, way back a million years ago, what hundreds of years ago, knights who stayed in the kingdom to protect the queen while the king left and went to war, they were castrated.
Yes, but it doesn't mean they couldn't have sex with them. They still get a hard on and have sex just so they could
It
get
was-
pregnant.
No, it was, they couldn't.
Because
They
that's
didn't even
No,
really
they
have
can't
sex
even get. Yeah, there's no sex drive. Because you're.
They don't even want it.
If it's just the testicles,
It's just
that's
to get rid of
just there
temptation.
to stop the that's where the sperm comes from.
Right, but that's,
So
it
you
gets
just
rid of
stop
the
the
temptation,
sperm.
because you're not making as much testosterone, which that's what gives you your sex
I
drive.
don't want to find out anyway. So.
Well, I'm not offering to remove yours. I'm just saying.
I think, hey, Dean, weren't you supposed to castrate Mario last week or something? Oh, he wanted you to shave his nuts. Dude, that would have been funny.
With an apple lady.
Oh,
Okay.
the apple lady, oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, that would have been funny. Where you go, John English?
I'll be right back.
All right, John English. Step up, Stacy. You're the co-host now. So
Stacy was
this
one
is,
of our most commenters. You were commenting quite a bit.
I was,
It was
because
fantastic.
you were
that
having
found us.
conversation that I was like, oh, wait a minute.
no. See, these are good conversations. I like this because
It's not political, Don.
it's not political and it's also informative.
Well, yeah, and the government says there's 12 different genders. Don't ask me what they are. Everybody should just be shin.
Oh, somebody else texted in and said they had a
Hysterectomy.
thank you, and they're ready to go. They got no problem.
Well, I didn't have my ovaries removed when I had my hysterectomy, and yeah, I mean,
So what does that mean? Like, I don't even. That's probably more deep than I can
We
imagine.
form a coalition.
Coalition?
That's why the independents go with the Democrats.
Oh, a coalition.
So that's why with the English there's multiple different. The word came to me.
Gotcha. And that's how it usually works.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, there's just many different forms of hysterectomy. You can have just your cervix and uterus removed, which is, where the baby would stay.
okay.
Or you can have what's also an oophorectomy, which is your ovaries getting removed. Your ovaries is what gives you hormones.
Okay.
It's where your eggs are.
So now with
So you
that
can either have a
thing,
complete hysterectomy or you can have a partial hysterectomy.
so with a partial, does that mean you no longer get your period? You still get your period?
No, you don't get a period because you don't have a uterus.
Okay.
You just have ovaries, which it just allows you to keep your hormones. You're not putting them on a
Right. Do
You
you have a rag around here or napkin?
750, right?
D came over here and knocked my drink over.
I did no such thing.
Oh, that wasn't you?
No.
Who the hell did it then?
You did.
Oh, I did?
Drunk fool. I don't know.
I need some BV is what I need.
They did that to me also. They did my hysterectomy. They left one ovary so that you go through menopause naturally.
Right, exactly.
Rather than having to go on hormones.
Like being drastic.
Actually, honestly,
And then 2017, they took my other ovary out. But I had already gone through.
Okay.
Oh boy, hold on. We got another comment here. But the Big Joe's calling. Let's see what this Big Goof has to say. Where you at, Big Dummy?
D.
D?
Yes. Go from Lisa in Timco's.
Lisa at Timco's has it. Yes, yeah.
Guacamole
And chips. Guacamole and chips.
And give her a kiss, Joe. Tell her thank you.
Wait, hey, save that kiss. I'll give her a kiss later. She's a cutie. right, bro. Later.
Yes, Kelly, you're right.
All right, later.
Estrogen is not just only in our ovaries. We have a pituitary gland that helps produce them also.
Okay, hold on. What does she say? Even women have gone through menopause will still produce estrogen because we all have male and female hormones in our body. Women have a male hormone that their body will convert back into estrogen.
Right. Yeah, because that comes from.
Is that why I got women? Is that why I have women boobs now? Or is it because I'm fat?
There's multiple reasons that can happen. There's medicines that cause that. So, I mean, I don't know.
I don't take medicine.
I don't know your health history.
When I was telling you about like my son's chest, my son has like
He has boobs.
yeah, but he's had these like since he was a teenager, like big puffy nipples, almost like women's, and it's just he probably has more estrogen than most.
Hormonal imbalance.
Well, that sounds like an imbalance in your body. I mean, honestly, I'm just fat right now. I drink too much damn beer. But you know what I mean?
But you don't have man boobs.
No, not necessarily.
You may have some adipose tissue, some fat there.
Yeah, once I
protrude a little bit.
slip down,
But
I'll
you
be
don't
good.
have
I'll be good. What about the rest of you ladies out there? You guys got any stories you want to share? Since we got the hysterectomy girls with me here. Did I say it right?
Yes.
I said it right.
Good job. You said it right.
I'm freaking smart now.
Vehicles only.
Recreational vehicles only? Oh, no.
Recreational.
Hey there, ladies. Let's see. John, what's up, buddy? All right. Anybody else got anything else? What do you want to talk about? Come on, Stacy. Give me something here to talk about.
I'd like to talk about Oregon and how they have legalized almost every drug.
I had a confection.
Oregon is legalized on every drug?
Yeah, you can go to Oregon, you can do mushrooms, you can do acid, you can do heroin.
Seriously?
Yeah.
And it's all bought and sold by the state?
No, it's still black
It's
market.
still black market?
But
They don't have like those.
Really?
They don't have like those stores.
I just read today that there's 5 counties that want to secede from the states in Oregon. It's funny you mentioned that. And maybe that's part of the reason why.
Well, no, I don't know.
So they're basically saying, so if you get pulled over
I mean, if you're caught under the influence driving, it's still under the influence driving, you're going to get in trouble.
right.
But if you're walking down the street and you're tripping on acid, they're going to be like, what's going on? You're like, I took some acid. And they're like, okay.
It wouldn't be like public
It wouldn't be.
I mean, as long as you're not causing a disturbance, I don't think it's an issue.
Wow. What do you guys think about that? Legalizing drugs.
So, I mean, it's just,
I know,
a lot of European countries are like that.
but it's controlled though.
Yeah, they have like clinics and they have safety
Yeah.
places. Yes.
Yeah, it's controlled, which I still don't agree with it.
Well, I mean,
But
I'm half and half. Because I'm kind of like, people are going to do it no matter what. And
right.
I would rather there be places they can go do it recreationally, safe with themselves and somebody there to, in case they OD or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Instead of
If people are gonna do it, they're gonna do it.
right, instead of robbing homes and breaking into places and
Right.
living in abandoned houses and
Right.
just causing all kinds of problems.
It's a serious problem, man. Like,
I would think.
but it goes back to the whole
I would
shit.
think that would still be an issue.
I do too,
There's
man.
still there's homeless everywhere.
Well, yeah, there's homeless everywhere, but I'm just saying, I mean, like
Okay,
your average.
Kelly's saying it's decriminalized, but not necessarily legal.
Okay, so, but
But it's
you
still
don't
the
get in
same
trouble
thing,
for it.
though.
Yeah,
Right.
You don't get in trouble for it.
I wonder if they issue out like that Narcan. And
Oh, I'm sure they
Well,
do.
you know what's funny is I get the paper. I don't know why, because it's so liberal, the Cleveland dealer. But it's still, I still read it or whatever. But the police blotters or whatever, and the different things that you read about. And I just read one the other day in Parma. Somebody OD'd, so the cops gave him Narcan. The guy comes back to life, and then they arrested him. Like, you know what I mean? They give him the shot or whatever it is, and then they take him right to jail. I don't know what the answer is. It's bad.
Not saying that's wrong or right, but at the same time, like that's a huge cost to our government because you're going to arrest somebody, then you got to house them in jail, take care of them. They're going to go through withdrawals. They're going to need medical help.
Right.
they don't charge them for the Narcan.
Right.
They get and some.
So I mean, maybe that's where Oregon's coming from. Because they're tired of wasting the money.
They have actual parties where they deliberately overdose and bring each other back with Narcan because it doesn't cost them anything. So they kill them.
Oh, it's part of the game.
Part of the high.
Part of the high. Yeah.
Like here, die for a minute. We'll bring you back.
Like that movie Ghost. Was that Patrick Swayze where they?
No, Flatline.
Flatline, yeah. Where they're trying to kill each other. Like, yeah. It's just crazy.
It is. I mean, but kids are doing all kinds of
But
crazy things.
they'll give that to them for free to like junkies and heroin addicts and stuff. But yet they won't give like diabetics or insulin for people that are allergic to stuff, the EpiPens.
Well, I know, like here in Ohio, if you get a prescription for any kind of opiate, you have to get a prescription for Narcan. Like it's mandated.
Really?
Yeah. If you are prescribed opiates, every 6 months or so, you have to get a Narcan.
Well, I know they have
if you don't
total,
use
like-
it, like you can prove that you didn't use it, then you don't have to get it in 6 months.
Is that like something new?
Probably like a year or so.
That's why it took me.
I know that they, I mean, if you get on those medicines, those opiates, it's super regulated now. It's really, which it should be.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not, but at the same time, I'm like, not everybody is because some people are actually responsible and taking medication the way it's supposed to be. But,
No, it hurts to, like any criminal activity, it hurts the person that needs the help. And repeated galvanizing yelling again. But they, I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I think that if I was in a position of power, I would.
Yeah, you're gonna be like,
Because I was like,
Kelly says you get charged, but the repercussions are treatment. You get charged, but the repercussions are treatment. You don't go to jail.
Yeah, it sounds like it's fun.
So they send you to like rehab.
oh, so it's costing the taxpayers money.
So yeah, it's still gonna cost you money. So I don't know. I mean,
I did, but anyway, I put the wood on the fire.
What do you guys think about that? Come on now, give me some
they
love
just remove
here.
all the safety labels and all the warning labels, and let me treat its course.
Right.
Survival of the fittest.
That's the extent of it. You know what I mean? I mean, we're definitely living in some very interesting times where we're legalizing drugs. We're pushing mental illness through and forcing people to accept it and not confront it. I mean, I'm at a loss for words on everything going on right now. We're paying for gender studies in Afghanistan. I mean, it's crazy.
I don't get it either. I mean, there's a lot of things. But I'm very, very old-fashioned. So.
Well, you know, old-fashioned is a good thing.
Yeah, but I mean, like, even the feminist thing, like, I am anti-feminist, and I'm a girl.
And I think people misunderstand when I say anti-feminist, too, because they're like, oh, you're against women's rights? No, not at all.
No, I'm not against women's rights
Not at
either,
all.
but the
Right.
way I look at things, okay, is as soon as everything started becoming where women are equal, and
Which they
I don't want to say
are.
not equal, but where we have as much power, or as we are required to work, we are, you know what I mean?
Right.
Now, houses, you have to have 2 incomes to survive.
You do.
And kids aren't getting raised by their mother anymore. They're not getting morals and values because they're getting sent to daycare and they're getting raised by strangers.
That was the biggest failure of the feminist movement.
Right.
Because the feminist movement took families, created higher rent, debt, blah, blah,
And
blah.
where you have to have 2 incomes to survive.
Thank you, Jenny. And forced it where it was terrible.
Right.
And that's how the feminist movement was created.
Right. Don't get me wrong. I work, I mean, I pay bills, I mean, I'm not saying that, like, I'm not equal, but I really feel just how things went. It went downhill when women are like, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm not going to stay home. And I'm not saying every woman deserves to stay home or should be at home, but if you have children, your parents raising you as a child, you're going to be getting more values if you have a good parent. Ones that are supposed to be parents. You're going to be raising more values and morals. Whereas going to daycare, there's 15 kids to a teacher.
Right.
All they're trying to do is make sure you don't die.
Right. And they're collecting the paycheck. They don't give a shit about you. They don't give a shit about your values or who you are. Matter of fact, they'll push their values on your children.
Right.
Like we see in the school system. To which I can't stand the school system. it's just so liberal at times, and it's really brainwashing. I hate to say that. I mean, but it's also needed. I mean, perfect example is I'm horrible with math. Okay? Like 2 + 2, I get it, times and divisions and all that stuff. I can do it all day long. You start showing me algebra, X and Y = C. I'm like, what the hell are these people talking about? You know what I mean? Like, and they're doing it at a younger age, which I think is good because math is fundamentally very important.
Right.
I think my life would have been a lot better if I did take the time to actually study during that time period. You know what I mean? But I also really believe that, like with my kids, I teach them, hey, this is how you pay bills. This is how you budget. This is how you do this. You know what I mean? Like, now you do what you want with it.
That's common sense, and that's what the schools are not teaching.
They're not
But
teaching
like
that.
at daycare, kids aren't getting nurtured. You know what I mean? Because there's so many kids to a teacher, to an adult,
Right.
which that's a whole other issue. But
You're there, you know what? So mom and dad comes pick you up, and they don't give a shit about anything in between. As long as you don't get hurt and they don't get sued.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's all they're caring about. That's all they're worried about.
Even the school systems, they like 33 years I've done this.
Oh, you want to
They tied our hands. We're not allowed to discipline the kids. We're not allowed to put our hands on them and make them sit down. We're not allowed to, you're not allowed to say shut up. They're taught in the school that shut up is as bad as a swear.
Hey, speaking of schools, so let's talk about Dee's little mishap yesterday.
Hey, you're out with a bang.
I know, but it's still funny though. So Dee just retired from her job as a school bus driver, right? As a school bus driver. 33 years as a school bus driver. They never had any accidents or anything, right? No accidents, no nothing. Maybe you should tell. I mean, I could write. You should tell.
I have never. I mean, I drive the big buses easier than I do my own car. It just comes natural to me. And yesterday I parallel parked by backing in 3 times.
Hold on, this is her last day.
My last day.
She's retiring, walking into balloons and cake and candy, and everybody's saying, "We love you, bye-bye, thanks for your service." And
I go to back the bus in for the very last time, and I'm going back, and all of a sudden, next thing I know, I ripped the stop sign right off the side of the bus. Literally in the bus garage.
She crashed the bus on the last day, backing it into its final resting spot.
at least you don't have to worry about repercussions and get in trouble.
Even my boss sees it. You just had to do that. You had to go out with a bang.
I almost think you did it on purpose. Yeah, to go out with a bang.
No, I just was in such a hurry and excited,
To be done.
Yes, I don't have to do this anymore.
Did you guys want some shooters over here? You brought one of these, Dee. These things are so. Again, we drink whiskey by the gallon around here, bitches.
Joe's is not as sweet as that one. Ricky's is sweeter than that one.
I don't know. This is. I don't even have a buzz from this stuff. I'm thinking these motherfuckers brought apple cider.
Drink that one. Try this one next.
Yeah, try that. Let's do that one. Because I'm thinking Joe brought apple cider because he gets confused.
No, Joe, he said that they put the grain alcohol in that, but they buy it in Ohio. You can't get
because
the 90.
I was gonna say Ricky uses Everclear.
Well, there's Everclear in that, but you can't get the 190 proof in Ohio.
I don't know. This stuff needs to be more proofy, though. That's another thing. I'm going to start up Don's Distillery Service.
Right, I put 2 bottles in.
It is funny, Kelly. She crashed the bus the last day on the job.
Last day.
33 years. That is funny. All right, cheers. You doing one?
Wait, I have to get it.
So there we have it, guys. What time is it? It's 10:18. It's kind of going slow tonight, but I think it's been some good conversations this evening. We kept Chadwick under control, or Wickenstein under control a little bit. Cheers, ladies. Thanks for your input on the women stuff.
Any of you that are interested in driving a school bus, they have a lot of openings right now in Bedford.
Dee is a Bedford person, and
Stacey, it's so good to see you here tonight.
hey, where is the food at, bro?
It's cooking, yo.
For the love of God, my fat ass is hungry.
Listen, The skinny people are cooking for the big people, all right?
Well, that's how it always works. What is that?
That's a pork tenderloin right there.
Oh, those are good. Got some pork tenderloin coming up. And what's Big Joe bring? Guacamole?
When this is done, I'm going to throw pizza on. So what's going on with our comments? Do we have any viewers tonight?
It's just like normal. 4, 5, 6. It'll be better. We lost 2 now.
We just found a rat.
Oh, John's single. Don't worry, John. I'll get you on Don's dating service, buddy. We'll find you a lady.
This John?
What?
No, John's.
I'm single, yes.
Oh, Johnny English is single too?
Come here, you gotta get over here.
Oh, you didn't tell me that. We're gonna put you on Don's dating service, bro.
Yeah, no.
The English accent alone.
Yeah, but
Dude.
they love the accent, but my personality is crappy, so.
Oh my
Good
God,
personality. You got a good personality.
You're not super.
I thought he was gonna say his wiener is little. I was like, oh boy, yeah,
It's
that'll
not
do it.
circumcised, so.
Hey, I've never done one of those.
No.
Oh no! Look, the matchmaking's already working here. Oh shit!
Uh-oh.
About to get some porno going on up in this moment.
Yeah, if Mario
I mean,
wouldn't have chickened
You
out.
want to talk about
That would've been
circumcision?
funny.
Where is Mario?
Yeah, how do you feel about that? Circumcision. It's a big topic nowadays. People are very against it.
I didn't get it. I'm 51 years old and I'm fine.
No, you didn't get it because your parents chose not to.
No, because there's 2 places. You're Jewish or you're American. That's the only places that do circumcisions. They don't do it automatically in other countries.
Well, they don't do it automatically
When
here.
I-
Like, you
when
have
I
to
had-
choose it for your child when they're born.
Well,
No, they do it automatically.
No, they do it
When I had
automatically.
my son
Okay, maybe when
2 years
I'm like,
ago,
nowadays-
I
You have to
wasn't given a
specifically
choice.
say-
Nowadays, I mean, I get to choose free from my boys.
people
I
think,
have
oh, it's
Really?
unclean. No, it's not unclean. I've never
It
been
depends on the person's personal hygiene.
Well, yes, of
how
course,
clean
but
it
you know, my
is.
dad
That's
showed me how to clean my pull my
I mean-
skin back clean. It's
right,
no fucking big
that's-
deal. Like, can you imagine doing that to a woman, cutting off extra skin? It's some,
Well, women do get circumcised in other countries.
well, yes, they do. But
Middle Eastern countries specifically.
is that like thing? No.
Wow,
If somebody
this
cut
is
off my
interesting.
stuff, like,
I never even thought of
orgasm,
this
I'd kill 'em.
conversation.
That's it.
As if somebody cut off my stuff so I could never have an orgasm, I'd kill them.
All right, so Johnny English is
uncircumcised.
single.
Single.
He's from England. Good looking guy, good career, and he's uncircumcised.
I'm good
So
now.
we need to give him a lady. So come on, come smile for the ladies over here.
I already was before.
Hold on.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Oh no.
Well, you know how it works.
Weed the people. There we go. Weed the people. As we all know, Wickenstein is a very strong
I'm a
component
proponent of doctors.
of the
Doctors.
legal
Cannabis
marijuana stuff.
Well, doctors are.
They
If they can do it with alcohol, they can do it with marijuana.
Jesus, they should do it with everything.
it's probably safer than alcohol, to be honest with you. You don't get
Yeah,
fat.
Yeah, you want to talk about that
Look
one? I
at-
know you're against it.
I know I am against it,
This guy's
but
been against it until he got here, and every time that we have a little cripple stick here and a fun log,
Like, this is the
he's
Bible.
like, "Man, I
This is the
felt
Bible,
so
right?
good last night. I don't know
This is the
what
Bible,
happened."
right?
yes. Oh, we're about to get some scripture lessons here.
Oh, this is why I feel like it's fine for marijuana to be legal.
Let's see. Kelly says,
It is because it's natural for women.
"Hey, did you go to Harley Diner today, D?"
Did I?
Yeah.
No.
Kelly's asking if you went there.
No, I haven't been to Harley Diner.
Let's see. She used to have a group of bus drivers in my diner, always ordered off the menu. No, have you ever like?
Oh yeah, we used to go in as bus drivers. A whole
That's
bunch
what I
of
think. That's
us.
what she's saying. So yeah. Oh, so Kelly you used to work in the Southeast, huh?
And my
I
sister.
have another friend that works there. Yeah. What the hell's the girl's name? Gosh, I grew up with her, but I can't remember her name.
God also said, "Look, I have given you every seed-bearing plant on the surface of the entire earth, and every tree whose fruit contains seed. This will be food for you, for all wildlife on earth, for every bird in the sky, for every creature that crawls on the earth, everything having the breath of life in it. I have given you every green plant for food." And it was so.
So if it's a seed, it was meant to.
Right.
Meant to be.
So there we have
Just
Stacy
saying, you know,
pushing
You
the
gotta be all religious
weed
about
the
it.
people
Well,
stuff.
It's no different to having seeds of oat
Right.
and rye
And
for whiskey. And
Cannabis
alcohol.
actually, there's so many things that we could do with it if it was actually grown like oat. I mean, right, you can make clothes from it, you can make paper from it, our money can be made from it. I mean, there's so many things. We would save so many trees if we were using hemp instead of.
Do you know that
Is it okay
Ford
for
or one of
me to
those
have
guys.
2 Xanax a day or smoke a?
Well, I'm a big now. See, when it comes to medicines, I'm totally against medicines. Totally against medicines. I mean, I don't really like taking Tylenol. Like, I'm like
aspirins.
none of that stuff. No, I think there's natural remedies for everything, and weed is a natural product, I guess. I don't know.
Aspirin?
I would much
But is
rather
it
see
from-
people.
Well, aspirin will tear your stomach up.
But I mean,
Well,
to
yes,
actually have aspirin, it has to go through a process.
But it's a natural process, right?
No, it's not. I mean, do you consider a factory where they combine chemicals and ingredients? and
Right.
Shipping it and smashing it into a pill form? Natural?
Yeah, but penicillin is a pill form. Isn't penicillin okay?
I mean,
Because it's taken from a petri dish.
I'm just saying,
Yeah, so-
cannabis, you can walk up to the plant and grab it.
Right.
Now
It's
I
not
understand
created in the
Throw it
some
on
of
a
the
fire and ooh, okay, good time.
man-made pills,
Mhm.
chemicals, but is aspirin?
I mean, I don't have anything against aspirin, but I think that the pharmaceutical industry tries to take care or tries to take advantage of everyone. It's ridiculous.
In the States,
But at the same
that's
time-
one thing that's good about Europe and England is the healthcare system. They regulate the price. When you get a CT scan, it's this price. Here in the States, it's all
Depends on
over
where you
the
go,
place. So they regulate the cost. And
Well, they also-
those same pharmaceutical companies, they abide to it in the rest of the world, but not here because there's no law against it.
Right. Now, let me ask you a question about Europe. They also are they eat healthy foods. They don't do like stuff we do here in America with,
A lot of they don't eat processed stuff.
all the
But
processed
there are
foods.
McDonald's and stuff
And
like
even
that
the
now.
water with the what do we put on water? Fluoride, yeah.
But the thing is, before we didn't have fluoride, everybody's teeth, we wouldn't have teeth.
Well, they always blame that on the tea, though. Because tea stains your teeth.
Our teeth, we wouldn't have teeth. If we never had fluoride in the water, we wouldn't have any teeth. We'd all be gummies.
Well, that's what they say, but then also the fluoride
That's what-
allegedly messes with your pineal gland, which makes us all
If you have
the big
teeth,
dummies that we are.
we need to be able to sanitize water. You have to.
I don't disagree, because considering the water comes from Lake Erie and the sewage goes into the lake. I mean,
I like the
it's all a
sewage
bad
though with
idea.
the algae growth though, from the, what is that, phosphorus they get on all the lawns because everyone wants a green lawn and the golf course is pretty. So then they have this wash off and this phosphorus goes out and it just populates the algae bloom right next to where the drinking water comes from. What the problem is here, Cleveland, listen, honestly, can't we extend that pipe out a little further in the lake? I mean, listen.
Well,
I don't think it's just a Cleveland problem,
we
though. I
just
think
built
it's
getting
three
better.
massive
Yeah.
tunnels in the Cleveland area.
It's
One on the
coming,
west
yeah.
side. Well, we've
Down
done finished
here.
3 of them.
Did you do Akron though?
We
Have you
did
done that?
Akron, the
Yeah,
big
that's the
one.
big one.
We
That
did
was the
East
big
Cleveland,
problem.
and then
Wait, you're
over by
involved in the
Chicago.
water industry?
We supplied the admixtures.
He understands all the reason why it doesn't fall apart.
So there's basically
Actually, if it fails, We don't
60,000
know.
gallon areas,
yeah,
holes in the ground under Cleveland now,
Joe
where
is
the water will go
back
into and
on
settle.
point.
So it won't go into the
Here?
water.
You want your
It's
secret?
Look, he came in with a bottle of Crown.
Look at this.
Oh, finally, it's fucking real
Vanilla.
blues. This might be vanilla, but it might be. All right, now the real whiskey has shown up.
I mean, I don't look up almost ever in my life to people when I talk to them. So this is something you guys all do to me. I don't get it. I'm just saying.
Dude, when he walked in the bar earlier, these 2 guys were sitting at the table, and I turned around. She's like, "Joe's here." And I'm like, I turned around. These 2 guys were like,
Yeah.
"Holy shit!" Like he's so big. Big Joe's back. Hey, where else Rick at? He never showed up.
He wasn't at the bar.
He took Jesse
He
home.
might be
I thought he
taking
was
care of
gonna
his
get-
duties.
He's taking care of Mama at home, is he?
Hey, listen.
I guess it's better than sitting here fucking smoking cigarettes, drinking beer, and
That's your problem.
moonshine.
He likes.
Yeah,
Well,
Well,
I want to
dirty
know, so what were the
minus
topics
chest.
about, Stacy?
You want
Did we
ice?
talk about,
What is it?
did we, you go?
Hey, if it's food, I'm willing to try anything.
Lisa makes it homemade. She even makes homemade chips.
I'm all about it.
Oh,
I don't see the guacamole.
Wait a moment.
He has no idea.
You scrape cheese off the side of your balls.
Oh, whatever.
Puts like lime or sea salt on there.
Wow. We got food now. I'm just gonna have a couple.
Is this my cup?
She makes those fresh right in the fryer.
Oh, wow, that's good.
And then she shakes like sea salt and lime.
Really? She was in the fryer?
Yeah, she
Homemade guacamole from Tiplo's Tavern.
Lisa.
Well, she's a bartender.
She's the bomb. Chipotle guacamole's got nothing on these. So.
This is good.
Or those are.
I'm sorry. Wait, Celeste.
All right. You missed a whole bunch of stuff. We had Stacy come by.
The first
She's talking about.
first flat tire my son ever got.
Oh yeah, what happened? What happened?
Well, he didn't know it. They had you know how like some cars have, it looks like they have rims, but it's actually like a hubcap, and it has like the lug nuts and stuff on it. So his friend came in trying to help him and everything, and he's like turning the lug nut, but it's turning, but it's not loosening up, and he didn't know that. So finally he figured out. He was like, I get there, and he's like, we just figured out what we were doing wrong, and he's got it off. And I was like, hey, first flat tire, you're gonna learn. He didn't know.
That's funny.
He knew how to take the the lug nuts off and all that kind of stuff, but he didn't know it was like a hubcap. He looked like a hubcap. When he said that was the tire they got the
What kind of car is that?
It's a Malibu, 2007 Malibu, and so he ended up running over. Like you have a screwdriver and you have the little pieces you stick it in a screwdriver, like different Phillips and all that stuff. Thing about that big. It was right between the tread, man, and popped the tire. So you can pull it out, plug it, no problem. So you don't have to buy a new tire, which is good.
Well, I think I have State Farm. Yeah, I have State Farm. I think it's like $2 a month for roadside assistance.
I got roadside assistance.
Gas, towings, whatever.
What were you doing, Joe? Did you just pick the car up and hold it while they were changing the tire?
Karen was just telling me that car, I think she's got like a newer Jeep of some sort, Karen and Robert,
Okay.
that come up there. And she said that she ran over something up like on Broadway or something by the tracks and got a flat tire like in the last couple of days. And the car doesn't have even like one of those like cheapy spare tires. It's literally a can of Fix a Flat and some kind of like a pump to pump the thing back up.
Yeah, I was flying. I was coming on the freeway once, and I was going out on the freeway, and I came off of basically 271 or whatever on the 480, and I'm coming, I'm driving through. I passed like where Robbie's house used to be, or your house, Raymond, and I get all of a sudden I get down, past Warrensville and stuff, and I hear this.
How's the guac?
Smack! Like a pop.
Really
I thought somebody threw a rocket and a rocket in my car or something. I'm looking around to make sure my glass was cracked and this and that. Well, so I'm driving, I'm I hear this, and popping on my back tire, man, on the driver's side. I had to pull off right before. I passed Lee, like exit for Lee, and I stopped like right there on basically where Lee Road. And I called my insurance, roadside assistance. I came out, and I don't want to mess around with trying to do the tire because of my hips, first time they came out and fixed.
I don't even have a spare tire. I'm like, come get this bitch, take it to the shop.
I have AAA.
Yeah,
I wouldn't own a car that didn't have a real spare. I don't want one of those little donuts.
Well, I cheap out. Yeah. But anyways, April, I posted it. I'm sorry I didn't text you. Because I was running late as usual. I mean, you guys better take these away from me because I've already eaten the whole damn thing. It's because you're a slob.
Chocolate.
I'm hungry.
He's waiting for that pork.
I guess it's good block.
Very good.
She makes good.
But chips are homemade?
Yeah, she makes the chips.
Oh, wow,
and
that's really
the
good.
muffin. She was supposed to make.
What the hell was I saying? I don't know what I was saying. I forgot. But this is good. Oh, April, I'm sorry. I posted it earlier that we were gonna. The party was at Wickenstein's. Hey, Wickenstein, are we doing next week?
Yeah, there's no reason. March is a horrible month, so we'll just do it every week.
All right, so we're gonna be on next week. So April and the girls, you guys want to come down? Come on down. I will text you this week. I promise.
That'd be fantastic.
I'm not really good at like texting people and calling.
Maybe you should try to do it now. Do you know how to type back?
My phone, like I don't even answer it. It rings all day long. I don't. If it's not my work phone, I don't answer.
Exchange numbers, man.
Yeah.
I hate talking on the phone.
20 cigarettes.
Just text, say what you got to say, move on to the next conversation.
Tell them they
But,
can go to firstcrossbikery.com and leave a message.
What's that?
It's a website. I'm the only one that gets the email.
You think you're the only one who has a website? He's not allowed to have one?
No, I didn't even been on my website. I hope they still have a website. I haven't been on it.
Send their number to it.
I ain't put these damn videos on a website. That's for damn sure.
I've only seen 2 of our videos.
Fat Boy
I
USA.
see them.
PHAT, Fat Boy.
That's right.
See if they like the short version.
He
If they like it.
turns around.
They, I think people liked it.
I don't know.
That
Did you
one
see
he
it?
added, I
How
thought
many
was.
reviews does that have?
I couldn't tell because I shared it. If I would have put it up
Yeah, but
myself,
it
I'd
doesn't
be like,
matter. It's total number. I don't care how many.
no, because I'd have to go to his page and I don't even know how to do it. Like, I won't get a count on mine because it's not my video.
That's our IT guy.
No, our
That's
IT
what
guy's
we
not
are.
here. He's in DUI class, remember?
No. Yeah.
He's in DUI class.
Do you? What does that stand for? Do you?
No, April's bitching because I didn't
She's not
tell her.
bitching. That's a little harsh. April, don't listen to
April?
him.
All right.
April, yeah.
Yeah,
Her, Sandy, Roseanne, and
I
somebody
said
else.
they were going to come out.
They're gonna come up. Yeah, I didn't text them. I told them I would.
I'm gonna have to.
Give me some of that.
As soon as
I'm
it
sorry
warms
about
up,
that.
the door will be open. So the
Ah.
expansion of people is like threefold. So you can go from 6
More?
to 36.
Where's your glass?
I just want to sip.
No, you can't be drinking out of my glass. COVID. Oh, for the love of God. Man, you're shaking. You must need a drink. She's over here like,
It kind of scares me.
ooh, that stuff smells
What is
strong.
it that you brought?
Jill likes the crown.
Ground peach.
Crown Peach.
I like my black velvet
And
because I
then
hang on.
next week I got him right.
All right, what do you guys got? Come on, give me something here now.
Ground apple.
Give Big Papa Love something. We got some homemade chips, some guacamole,
He drank like half.
and a bunch of
Yeah,
crap.
I
Just
ended
a
up- I ended up
bottle
getting
of
that.
beer.
About that, I figured crown royal vanilla. I bet you this is good, like in the Coke or something. It was like a rum of Coke, right? Like a crown vanilla Coke, you know.
All right. Well, we run out of topics. What else we got? Come on, Joe. Joe, let's hear one of your lectures about the whole white privilege thing. And I know that's one thing that really gets you fired up. And I know you're very passionate about it.
I this is the way I look at it, man. You know, I'm sitting here and everybody, that post stuff about this, like, oh, you got this because you're white. But you know all the problems I've had with cops and everything growing up and this and that. So, and you work your ass off and you do what you're supposed to do and you listen and not be an idiot, you're not going to have problems with the cops, plain and simple. That's the way I look at it, and, I don't care what anybody says. I have many, many black friends that don't have no problem with cops. And then got a lot of them that just, complain, that I get pulled over.
They've never had a problem with the cop, but all they do is complain about it. because they don't know the situations of every particular case. And there has been cases where men have been wronged by police. There's no doubt about it. I feel that's happened to me. But at the same time, I don't feel like I'm a victim. I feel like I was actually the fact that I can sit here and tell you about it, it only empowers me so you can understand and feel strong and faithful in who you are and what you are. But when people run around with this victim mentality, the victim mentality lessens your true being of who you are. What do you think about that, Wickenstein?
Well, I mean, the other side of the coin on that one is, they're down there like, stampeding like Washington, D.C. So you got to pay attention to the other side of the coin. There has to be a happy medium. That's what I would say. Is that kind of where you're going? I mean, I know you were trying to get a bite of food in, so you didn't have to talk.
I'm waiting for that damn meat. Where is it? You guys already eat it all? Still cooking?
Yeah, I just put it on for a second, bro. Just right. I'm about ready to stick it in the stove for a second.
It's really good.
Where did this come from?
That Lisa Timko's.
She makes it very well.
Yeah, it's really good.
Take that, mix it in with some of that salsa I make.
Yeah.
It's really
Come on, you guys, you better eat some of this time because I'm going to eat it all.
Well, you can put the cover on it and wait. It's not like you just have to do it. And it's a good thing he doesn't do drugs. Can you imagine what would happen? It'd be over. That'd be
I'd be as big as him if I did drugs.
Look at him.
I smell the blood, bro. But
no, I think that there was a positive. Yeah, we just put a little more wood on the fire.
they, but you know what I mean? Running around with the victim mentality.
No, we're not. You are?
No, not us, but people are, and I think and this is where the frustration with people like myself, Joe.
It's like us and them.
Right.
You know what I see a lot on Facebook too? Now that Biden's in there, and I see a lot of black folks like, where's everything that we were promised for voting for you and getting you in there?
It's just screen time.
I'm like, that's just,
if you don't pay attention to screen time, except for like, well, you can take your news from us because we got it figured out. So this is Wickensteins and Don Michaels, where it's always something. We can do a live political update once a week, can't we?
Yeah.
How long does that take? About 3 minutes?
Right.
It's the same, different face. Someone's bitching, someone's crying, someone's paying. There's some lawyers, there's some judges, and everybody's got to justify position and figuring out what didn't happen.
Mm-hmm. Pretty much.
But sometimes things happen, and then they can just get away with it, and the rest of us can't. So call Sal. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, right.
better call Sal.
Well, life is all right. I try to focus on the fact that the wood's on the fire. We're cooking food, and the guacamole is probably should be jarred and sold.
Should be. Maybe this is our next gig. I'm always looking for a gig,
How
bro.
many gigs do we need?
As many as we can till we start making money so we can get real equipment.
You want to get paid?
Yeah, so we can make some real good shows here.
He's a capitalist. I knew there was something off.
Oh, here we go. This is like liberal shit again. Oh my God, dude, this stuff is good, bro. I feel bad for me because we're eating all our food.
Don't eat any more of it. You can
but it's good.
You can be. Well, listen there. You got one jar already gone. You guys clean that up like it wasn't even.
No, he was helping himself.
I believe it. Look,
I've only had.
Listen, I'm guacamole control. I'm going to start dipping the chip.
Yeah,
because this guy's eating it like.
Oh man, you better take that shit away, bro. Because I'll eat it all.
Put that
we got to
Hey, when the food's good, you got to eat it, bro.
You're trying to clean up on that. Oh, there's another one.
Yeah, you better take
Look
it.
at that. It's a good thing we got that one in. Mm-hmm.
But the whole victim mentality, and again, that's what our society's doing.
Yeah, boo hoo hoo. We're old this. We're old that.
Even my buddy Alexander,
Are
excuse
you
me,
a victim?
not me, but no, I got into a big heated debate the other day with Brandon X Bell. Brandon is if you guys know, we did a video a while back. He's very strong, black power. Part of his name is Black States. You know what I mean? Like, I often question it. Like, what does that mean? He wants a black state. Could not be wrong. He would disagree with that.
That's not going to happen. You can get a black county. Go for that one.
But my point being,
you can't have a black state. It's not going to work in the United States. Pay attention. It's got to be diversified. You could get a county.
It does, but you know what I mean? And I love going around and back and forth with them.
I don't think you need to be separated like that. I think it's mentality. I don't think that it needs to be separated like that. I think that people can get along if they chose to get along, if they stop bitching about what it is that they think someone else is accountable for. Just fucking do it. The fuck?
Well, just live your life, do the best you can do. And
well, it's more
like Joe said, if you're not causing problems, you're not going to. Right. If you're not doing 90 down a 25 zone, you're not going to get stopped by the cops. They're not just going to pull you over because they feel like pulling you over. The whole driving while black is a bunch of bullshit.
Well, no, I think that
at one point in time,
I don't think
look at this. What about these idiot? I'm turning on these idiot black folks that drive around on the freeways with dirt bikes and 4-wheelers. They're doing wheelies and everything.
Hey, listen, whatever with him. I'll ride with you guys because I love that shit. I'm all down with that. So just give me I'm down with that. That's fun.
That sounds like
that's
good.
good.
No, it isn't. No, but what he's saying though is,
I used to do it in New York. I used to do it on Staten Island. I used to do it in
exactly. They're disrupting the community, scaring people. You imagine a mom and a daughter in their car, or a son, a 5-year-old, and they're driving down the road, and 40 motorcycle guys slash guys.
That is the mentality. That is the mentality of they do not have to follow rules. They're above the law. They can do what they want to do. And then when they get their ass beat and they get,
jammed up.
The cops or something rip them down and start beating them up with clubs because they're doing. Then all of a sudden it's the cops' fault.
Well, I think that happens. It's just listen. It really always comes down to this. There's only so much time in a day, and what did you do with your day? And if you spent most of your time getting information about a specific subject, focused in a specific area, and that's what you spent your day on, that's probably where you're going to talk about, live about. Today.
I don't care if
but
you're white,
if you know and build
black, yellow, purple, whatever. You're a jackass and you're an asshole, you get whooped on by the cops and this and that. It's your own fault.
Okay.
So don't blame it on
all. I'm not going to argue with him. He's kind of big.
It's just brutality
and
right.
Oh, they beat me up,
Well, that's just screen time, though. They
even back in my wild, crazy days.
You were never wild or crazy.
You know what? Joe was with us a few times.
Wild or crazy. He was in the corner.
I'm challenging cops and running my mouth. You know what I mean?
That's probably.
Sometimes I got my ass beat. You know what I mean? Sometimes they're like, "You're nuts. Just get out of here." You know what I mean? But if they would have beat my ass, looking back on it,
it would have been a problem.
So it was my fault. I would accept it.
But the news will always make it a problem because there's money in it.
No, because I'm white, so the news won't make it a problem. That's what we're trying to get.
I think we just got there. Hold on, didn't take us long.
All right, I'm just taking a break. You guys take over for a second.
Hold on, I think he smells food.
Yeah.
Well, Joe, I think that within reason, if you're living good, you're not doing it wrong. And if you take risk and you get fucked up, then you're fucked up a little bit. You know what I mean? And racing up and down the street, you don't have to do it at 50 miles an hour. You can actually file for civil rights, and you could actually, choose to have a parade once a week, and you could get, you go to city council, you try to get these things approved a little bit, and all of a sudden you have a niche neighborhood where this is what we do, and that becomes the neighborhood draw and a way to make money through people touring through your area. That would be my approach. And so I don't think what they're doing. Listen, I would just soon ride a dirt bike down the road. Fuck, man, I'm open.
I mean,
it's a lot of fun. You ever do wheelies on a dirt bike?
We used to do it too, man. We had a dirt bike.
So it is what it is. We're just kids. Those are the group of kids I want to talk to. Because they're a lot like me.
Those are, they're idiots. I mean, there's 20, 30 of them, and they're in traffic, and they're basically a nuisance to the community.
We used to have that. No, I understand what you're saying, but if you built it into a parade where they're like, okay, we're closing this route once a month for this thing, and most of the time they would participate in that, and they would slow down on their anarchy, as we could call it, and they would actually do it because they know they can do it, so they would have fun. And so it's just about politics, and if you want that as a thing.
What did you do, Wickenstein?
Oh, nothing. I was just smelling that. Ooh, it smells good.
That shit does smell good. All right, where were we at? What kind of bullshit was Wickenstein running while I was gone? What do we have to fix since?
We were just talking about idiots, maybe get a special like once a month or whatever, where they can ride their, motorcycles and their ATVs and everything.
I mean, if you don't create problems, there won't be any problems, right? I mean, what really scares me going on in this country right now is the fact that they're rounding up people like us who believe in the Constitution, who believe in the rule of law. They're going after people like us. They're not going after the people that burn down buildings and are looting and, threatening to cut off Donald Trump's head. Can you imagine if I held a fake head up with Joe Biden right now, cut off? I guarantee you the FBI or somebody would be knocking on my door saying, "Are you threatening to murder the president, sir?" You know what I mean? Like, it's scary times we're living in, man. Like,
I'm sick of getting kicked off of Facebook.
Right.
Every for 30 days, every time I got something to say about all the idiots and what's going on, and until basically,
Right. I mean, what happened to our freedom of speech? Like, why can't? I mean, I've read your post. You don't say nothing more than anybody else isn't thinking.
Right.
But you're not afraid to say it, and then you get kicked off,
Yeah, like I had, like I said, talking about all kinds of different things. We need a modern day Lee Harvey Oswald, this, that. And then people are, there's people commenting and this and that. Well, we get rid of him, then we got Harris in there, this and that. I go, they both need to be taken care of. and then I get kicked off for 30 days. All the stuff that I post and everything that I say, I don't get in no trouble. And I say, they both need to be taken care of. And I get kicked off for 30 days just for saying that.
And that's the exact same stuff the left would do on Facebook, on Twitter, on everywhere. And they never get kicked off. But the conservatives, the right wingers, if you will, get kicked off. It's just hypocrisy, man. The devil is in control, my friends. We have to fight back. How do we fight back? How do we fight back?
I just say it how it is. People don't like it too bad.
You know what?
Or I get said and then I get in trouble and I get kicked off.
I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Again, I'm trying to get myself in tune with coming back to Dr. Baptist, but I'm trying to get myself right. As I spoke about last week and as I spoke about a little bit earlier. But we are living in it's a spiritual battle, okay? And it's taken me a long time to really understand what that means. And basically, they're tearing down our spirits. They're injecting our bodies, changing our DNAs with their drugs, with their foods, with their forced vaccinations, with all their crap, drying up the pineal glands and all that kind of stuff. You know what? Refusing to allow people to, doctors and so forth, to share natural remedies.
The army of darkness.
The army of darkness. I mean, it's here. But the spiritual battle. It truly is a fight for our souls. Christ made it very simple when he said, fear not who can kill the body, but fear who can kill the soul. Only one can kill the soul, and that's God, because God created the soul. But at the same time, the devil can just destroy that soul and just make you nothing, make you angry, hatred, filled with, all the ills of this world, sicknesses and so forth. And that spiritual battle, we have to, the only way to fight it is through prayer. The transgender, the gays, this, to that, the drugs, all the ills of this world, they're forcing upon us to accept it. And it's spiritual battle because it's destroying our spirit. And it's empowering those that are possessed with demonic forces or oppressed with demonic forces. And we can't give them the help that they need because they're making it codes, rules, laws, and regulations. So it truly is a spiritual battle. And you know what? We need to come together as a people spiritually and pray day in and day out to destroy this evil. The things must come to pass. It doesn't mean it can't, just because it's written doesn't mean it can't be changed. Okay, and we also have the question, who written what? You know what I mean? But it is what it is at this point. Live, love, have fun, fucking forget about it. right? And we're just forget about it. Forget about it was supposed to show up tonight.
Are you doing marketing? I mean, you guys are like professional marketers, right?
What do you got? What are you selling?
Just can you market that right now?
What is it? You're gonna sell this barbecue meat thermometer?
Ooh.
You test the meat.
Thermometer, I like that.
So Wickenstein is no, we can't sell this. You guys can cook the food, bro.
Oh no, we're just doing a brand thing. I thought you had this advertisement rolling. And the best way that we cook is we use an Enzo's right here. And check this out. This is what do you call it? A thermometer?
Thermometer. An Enzo thermometer.
And so this is all digital and it's quite fantastic. You can actually clip it on your side, walk in the house, walk around the yard, and you will know. You can set an alarm. It's quite amazing. And at the end of the day, you can really cook it to perfection.
Well, listen, speaking of cooking, okay, I mentioned earlier that I bought some salmon. Okay. Wickenstein, I've eaten
Look at
salmon.
Yeah, that one. What was that fish that you cooked last time?
That was salmon.
Oh no, the last time I did no, it was different. It was salmon when you were
How hot am I over here? But listen, I wouldn't know how to cook because all I did was I followed the directions on the bag.
When I stuck it in.
It said 425 degrees, preheat the oven, and then you cook it for 12 minutes. And I thought it was really good, but it was nothing like the way they cooked it. Because the way they cooked that salmon was, oh my! And I don't even like fish, but they turned me onto that stuff. Too many fishy women. That's a joke. Everybody's so serious out there these days. But yeah, I wouldn't. So you got to tell me how to cook that salmon so the way you guys made it.
Oh yeah, I can do that.
Come on.
I do run a clinic. It's $10,000 an entry.
Okay.
Well, if you want my recipe.
Oh, you mean you're not gonna tell me the secret?
Oh no, it's real simple. You use hardwood charcoal.
Okay.
Smoke
it.
What about cold smoke it? Basically, it's actually
you're
a
cooking
medium
it on the
smoke.
grill. What about oven, man? How do I get really good from the oven?
Well, it depends on what you're really looking for. What are you trying to
I'm
get?
trying to get that taste that you guys, the way you guys.
You ain't gonna get what I cook in the fucking oven.
Women cook
I can do it in an oven, but I need like a convection oven with an exhaust fan so I can smoke it in the oven. It's only one way or the other.
We'll bring away.
All he cares about is something to smoke. That's all he cares.
Yeah.
Here we go. You hear the jokes?
That's all he does.
Weed the people.
Weed the people. That's all Wickenstein does.
It is called a treatment.
Smoke. That's like the little meerkat. Weed. Who's got weed?
No,
His
that's
little head
not
pops
how
up.
it works. Actually, we're talking about trying to. You want to learn how to cook. It looks like you know how to eat. Maybe we should work into the first part of this program.
Oh, wow, bro. Damn. The love of God.
Just because we're a little on the fluffy side doesn't mean we're not strong.
Yeah, that's right.
We're doing so. Look at here. You can do it. So check this out.
So you put it on top?
Well, yeah, because it's silicone, so it's all good with the temperature. No big deal. So you just run that, and you can hook this one. Look at it.
How do you know what temperature should be at, though?
Well, you got to be smarter than the food here, Don. Listen,
I mean,
if you're gonna eat the food, where's Mr. Potato Head? You got a potato figured out?
Yeah.
This is pork, so we're gonna pull it off.
Pork is about
165.
Right.
It's on cast iron inside of the thing, so it's gonna gain another couple degrees.
About 171 slow to medium slow cooked is prime time on a piece of pork.
I mean, all these numbers confuse me, bro.
Hold on, back to the English and the square root of why Don doesn't get it, but we got this.
They just cook the damn thing, bro.
So the salmon, though, I do it. So I use I can do it on a very small, like one of them little.
You say the plant a little something.
But the key is,
Read me,
you just.
read me.
God, did you see that? He stopped talking. We started about food. He's like listening.
Oh, I'm very attentive on this one.
But for real. So you just don't put the heat underneath what you're cooking. So if there's square inches of whatever cooking surface you have to divide it basically in half or really in thirds. And you want 2/3 unheated with 1/3 heated. And what happens is you create a convection and a circulation. And then what you're doing is you're really cold smoking it over a period of time so you can set the flavors into it. And then as it's doing, it's still getting warmer, but you control that fire on that side. So it's always getting the convection heat. basically. It's not getting direct heat, so it just cooks it better. And then you infuse the smoke into it. Then right at the end, you can slide it underneath with a little bit of heat, and you get that sear on the bottom. But all that flavor came in that way, and it doesn't happen in 20 minutes. So if you want to do like I do, it takes 2 hours to do it
Doesn't
right.
do it right. Now let me ask you this.
To do it
now,
right,
the
you know
ones
what
I
I mean?
bought had skin on the bottom. Of it.
Good. We make
Did you eat the
potatoes.
skin?
Absolutely.
My daughter freaked out. She's like,
Well, you crisp it
"Oh
up
my
like
gosh, you can't eat this
like a
you can't eat-"
tortilla. You just crisp it. You deep fry the skin after. It's fantastic.
Well, I just put the whole thing on a cookie sheet and
The
Put
skin
the oven.
definitely protects it.
I
Yeah,
didn't
well,
know.
mercury-
I thought it was good, but I didn't have enough flavoring on it.
The other day, I had some like caviar. It was
Well,
glowing.
you gotta
in the jar.
smoke. You can't cook it in the
I'll
oven.
usually what I do is I'll put it like in a big glass, got like a glass pan. I'll put foil over.
We're
it.
doing cooking
I'll put-
shows.
I'll
That's
put-
it.
That cooking
You know,
shows
I'll
would be
put my-
awesome,
I'll
man.
put my lemon juice and spices whatever on it. Cover with the foil and I
Oh,
stick it in the oven,
I
man.
didn't put lemon
And
juice on it.
every time that I
Would you
Cooked
do
fish.
salmon or any fish?
and any fish, it always comes
You ever
out good.
lemon pepper?
Yeah, like the
You
lemon
like
pepper.
lemon pepper? Yeah, lemon pepper's good. That's a flash
you got
cook.
that
So like
organic
so the trick is temperature.
Himalayan pink
Some
salt, man.
things you want to be really hot real quick, and you steam flash cook it, and you pull it right back off. Other ones.
Oh, look at this. What do we
Hold on.
got? Oh, wow.
And once again,
You
here
guys
we
see
go.
that?
That's right. And the
169
temperature.
degrees.
That's right.
Wow.
Hold on.
What is all over that?
Yum yum.
Seasoning?
Yeah, that's the good stuff.
Bacon crumbles, apples.
Oh, wow. That
Hold
looks,
on.
that looks good.
It's gonna get quiet.
No,
No.
we had
No,
to take him away from him.
Yeah, we had to take them away because I was going to eat them all.
Well, he can have some.
Stacy, the
It's a
ladies
little
want you
bit
back
hard.
on.
Don't give them too much
Oh,
of
yeah,
that
what's up?
guacamole. Just
What's
a
up,
little
girls?
Well, I like
I'm
this.
Celeste now. I'm not
We'll
Stacy.
eat it, but it's hot.
I've got no
Celeste.
alcohol, but my ultra
So we just pulled
goes
this off, so we'll be able to cut
Yeah,
it
what's
later.
going
Yeah.
No, they said they want the ladies back on. So they want to hear words of wisdom from the beautiful ladies. 'Cause
Oh, well, I got lots
us
of
big
words.
hairy bastards aren't real bright. But what does John say? You are right about stuff like that. I know you talk about words. I know about how to do shooting people. You're next. I'm like, okay. Yeah, that's right. The president. I'm the president. I should be the damn president. But so come on, let's hear it, Stacy.
What you want to talk about?
We want to talk about the world according to Stacy.
We
Oh,
got
God. I don't think the show's long enough for that.
Actually, what time is it? It's 11 o'clock.
That's early.
It is early because normally we go late.
Sex, drugs, and rock and roll. No, I'm just
Well,
kidding.
that's drugs and rock and roll.
See, now you're getting the answers from Celeste, not Stacy.
Celeste. Oh, Celeste
a
is
little
here.
wild.
Yeah.
Celeste is a little
Oh, wait, this is the whole part of the physical being of a woman where she has personalities.
Well, when I'm bartending, if I get enough Celeste juice, which is usually vodka,
Oh.
then I get a little bit more wild. So everybody's been like, "What's going on? This isn't Stacy," and I'm like, "Oh yeah, it's Celeste."
So I like that. I like that because I probably have several personalities.
I mean, it's just my alter ego.
Depending on how boots I'm cheating.
The first time I saw Celeste come out, I was just like, holy crap.
Don't worry, I won't go that far. I won't be doing like I did that day.
Hey, John, unfortunately, Celeste Stacy is taken. She's my good buddy's woman, old lady, woman. Hey, is that even?
I don't
Like-
think you call me old lady. That doesn't bother me.
Well, no, I was just reading something about that where in the South, they call their women old lady. Actually, my dad did that.
Yeah.
My dad did
Oh,
that. I never
there's something
forgot.
wrong with these boys.
Right.
Well, it's a kind of a biker thing.
It's also kind of a
I was
biker
gonna say,
thing
well, I
too.
think it's
Yeah,
kind of like doesn't bother me because my dad was a biker. So to
Was
be an
he?
old lady was like it was
that was like cool.
right. You got a signal of stature there.
You got a pass for being an old lady.
Right, like you stood out because you weren't just some chick. You're an old lady.
Right.
Well,
The whole club protects you.
we had that
You're like, man,
discussion
look at
about
him.
calling
He's
women
my
ma'am.
bitch.
I'm not calling
But I
women
mean,
ma'am.
like when you're an old lady,
Yeah.
the
You know
whole-
what?
the
I
whole
call young
team
women
protection,
ma'am, old women
everybody
ma'am,
watches
middle
out
aged
for you.
women ma'am.
Whereas if
I
you're
always
a
But
bitch,
do.
the whole team
I
can
don't know.
do
I
whatever they
think a
want
lot
to.
of women do think if they're
They get offended by it.
if you say like, yes, ma'am, or whatever, that's almost like saying, that they're old.
Yeah. And I've had people tell me that too. Where I'm like, yes, ma'am, I'm not a man, I'm your
when I'm
age
at
or
work,
whatever.
I've had like, some 25-year-olds will be like, yes, ma'am, let's talk. Or even, our age, and I'm like, don't call me ma'am, please. Like, ew, that's my mother.
Yeah.
Hey, Chad, I think we need to turn this down.
Then there was that other thing that I showed you, that it's actually a term of respect.
Yeah, well, I mean, of course, you're say yes or yes,
I
ma'am.
went
But
ahead and
Right.
prepared your probe, so your probe.
That's the way I see it anyways. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, yes, sir, no, sir. I don't know. I mean,
the only time you call me ma'am is when
right. And you know what?
To be polite.
Right. And you know what? And the other thing is too, no matter what you say, someone's gonna be offended today because everybody's talking to react with their emotion.
Did you guys said when you call me ma'am, it's because it's raining.
I would just say
That's
miss,
ma'am,
miss,
mother.
miss.
Celeste is in the house. But I mean, today really everybody's offended by anything.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say I'm offended. I mean, I'm
No, not you. I mean, you're like us. You know, you're like whatever, dude. You know what I mean? But I mean,
in general,
in
yes.
general,
People are offended by something.
yeah, they really are. Right.
When 30 years ago, you just dealt with it, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying bullying is okay, but like 30 years ago in school, that what your parents tell you?
Fight back.
Right, find the biggest one and get the right.
All I know is we need some new TV shows back like Archie Bunker, the Jeffersons,
Sanford and
Son. Where guys, blacks and whites, everything are just, you don't have to wait for a movie with Chris Rock and stuff to come out where they're, being racist to one another. Where it's on TV and you can laugh about it.
Married with children.
Right.
So stuff like that.
They're
Yeah.
the best.
Because that's how, in reality, that's how we all act. You know what I mean? I don't call Joe like, hey, buddy, what are you doing? Hey, you big dumb fucker, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like that's just how we react. And I get when you're doing business, hey, Mr. So, it's a whole different world. But I mean, when we're dealing with in the real world, outside of our professional world, you know what I mean? Like, we can't keep taking our professional world into our real world because we know the professional world is a fake world, right? I mean, think about that. It's a fake world because we have to act and do things in a certain manner because that's our career, that's our life. So if I call one of my facility managers up and say, hey, what's up, you fucker? I'm going to be fired within about 4.5 minutes.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we really need to lighten the load across the whole board. I mean, people need to be more understanding and respectful. Not necessarily. I mean, respect is respect. You know what I mean? Like Johnny English, what's up, you fucker? Hey,
People
you know what I mean?
need to quit being big freaking.
It is. I wouldn't say that to him if he
As
wasn't my
I come
friend.
down.
Hold on,
You know what I mean?
let me change the way that let me
Everybody's
just change the
little
terminology.
sissy bitch nowadays. Man.
Right.
Hey, yo, Mike.
Can't say that. Can't say
Does that
that.
bother you? Oh, that sounds different.
Wait,
Hey, yo, Mike. What's up?
No,
So that's the same.
Listen,
right?
if I just walked into a place
I would just rather
and you were an acquaintance with me, and I wasn't a good friend with you, I'd either call you by your name or say exactly that. Hey, what's up, man? And I'd sit down. If you're my buddy, I'm gonna be like, hey, what's up, you fucker?
Hold on.
You know what I mean? Like, or I'm gonna have a nickname for you or whatever.
Why is everything always derogatory?
It's not derogatory.
Something derogatory?
Hey, bro.
Hey, bro, right?
Don't
Hey,
call me
what's
out
up,
what
bro?
I did last night.
Yeah, because I'm like, if I see him, I come home, what's up,
Johnny
fats?
English is
So, me
Is that
me
half Irish?
and Don, no matter what,
Is it?
we're constantly ragging on each other.
Well, I don't call you that, I call you Johnny.
So
I mean-
if I was from France, I'd be Johnny French.
Right. I mean, it's just, oh, shit. Shane, the Mac Daddy's Westfall is in the house.
That ass ruined it. As soon as you're in your dick meters, it stopped. Where's it at?
There we go. Come on.
See if we get Leonard up here dancing.
Gotta get it along his big ass. Why'd it go off?
Oh, the batteries are charged. I don't know.
What's up, pretty boy Floyd?
Dude, that's the best one. Hogan used to come out and talk about Hogan used to come out.
Oh,
Just so I know, because Donald likes to eat. I couldn't find tombstone pizzas for your fat ass, but I went and cut you up some.
Hey, Chef Boyardee, we got more food.
She's on board.
We got more food, baby.
We got 2 pizzas for Donald and the rest for everyone else. There you go, you fat fuck. Excuse my language, people. He deserves that.
Oh, man.
12.
Dude, we're going to eat really good tonight.
He won't even. He'll just start eating them like a.
3?
Yeah. 2 for you and everyone else.
2 for me and 1 for everybody else.
Looks like the goddamn hamburger here.
Where you been, bro?
Nothing. We gotta come out and visit for a little bit.
Yeah, coming out. It's always fun. They're cutting up some meat over there, too. I'll keep my eyes on that shit. I don't know if you guys keep noticing that keep looking like they were not handing that out. I'll give
I'm
you a
all
little bit.
sad at that fucking thing.
I gotta.
Sad? Because I want to
Wickenstein.
D was trying to sit there talking. Shut your dick beaters. I'm trying to get this going.
Right.
See, this works.
Dude,
One more
get it
time.
going, man.
See if we get Leonard to dance.
We got to get Leonard to dance.
Yeah.
Come on, Big Joe. Let's see it.
Glory days.
Come on, Joe. Go back to your childhood, son.
475. Get up there.
Dude, you know I'm ready to eat.
You got look at all this.
I know, dude. You just got to eat guacamole, too, bro. Oh, my goodness.
Joe, you get out and get it. It's gonna be a greater experience. Just so
It'll taste
that
better
says
if I
I'm
get
like,
that
right
fat
out
ass.
and weigh myself at 295.
That's what you wait to
295. What are you at?
I don't know, because I was talking about that earlier, dude. Scale.
Where's the scale? You don't have to scale it. Where's the scale at? Is there a scale? Wickenstein?
I'm sure I'm still 315.
I got one that's it only goes up to like a quarter ton though. Between the 3 of us is 1,000 pounds. We're gonna have to weigh in.
Oh, the 3 of us is fucking.
There's over 700 between me and Donnie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 1,000 pounds. Oh no, that's great. I am definitely.
The Wickenstein weighs as much as my legs, bro.
Oh, the tiger. Yeah, Wickenstein weighs as much as one of Leonard's legs.
You want to see how fast Don is on his chair watching?
I know.
Yeah. That's how you get down a lot of a chair. So I don't want. I doubt it. No one likes us. Let's see. How many people missed Donald so far? Raise your hand. No one gives a fuck if no one can see you. So what happened to all the topics that we were talking about earlier as far as the gender stuff here? Fade this out. We're talking about that. And it's funny because, they're starting to use stuff like dolls and stuff. So they're saying, which do you prefer, And everyone's like, well, you get boys dolls and stuff. I'm like, no, I should both dolls. Tell him, I said, which one do you want? He said, I want both boy and girl. He says, why? Because they're not the same. So that's coming from a 4-year-old, and these people now is like, if they choose the girl doll, that's their gender, that's where, they're already indoctrinating these kids already. It's terrible.
I actually have some friends who have a 7-year-old. And biologically, she's a girl. If you ask the parents or her if she's a girl or boy, she doesn't know yet. She has to remember.
Well, that's the parents' thing now?
Yeah, the parents are transgender. And she, the little girl, the child.
You can share that. Oh, no, he's already got some. You're good. You want to try some? I'm just sitting there like my one friend. Yes, sir. Absolutely, it's excellent, as always. My one girlfriend.
Yes, in the camera there, big boy.
No, my one girlfriend's. One or two. Thank you. No, we don't need to be like Donald. Look at it. It's fucking gone already. Before you sat down. He hasn't talked. Did you even get to taste it? I know. Did you even flavor any of it? No, but what I was saying was like my one girlfriend. Her kid just turned 10, and since she was about 3 or 4 years old, she tried, girling her up, and she just wants to be a boy star. Now she wants to be recognized as a boy, even though she's a girl. So no one knows that this girl is a girl, but she goes to school as a boy. No one said anything yet. But this girl's terrified to let people know that she's a girl instead of a boy, even though, clearly, more likely she's going to be gay, which is fine. That's fine. But, some kids know and some kids don't, is what I'm saying. But you can't have adults that are saying, gender reassignment, we're going to do this because, your favorites. You don't know. Let them become adults. Let teenagers and grow into themselves instead of sitting there going right off the fucking rip. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. Let them figure it out.
What is there to figure out, though?
Well,
I don't know. We have a baby like Joe does, and we have other Santa like Celeste does. We don't see Donald, so.
From what I understand, transgender person, they feel like they were born about and who's to say that that's not true? There's all kinds of mental illnesses, things that kids are born with Down syndrome. There's all kinds of things that people are born with. So who says that isn't true?
It's like having 10 sweet.
I think you just take and get so super far.
I dated a girl now. Now she's an adult. She's married. She's a lesbian.
But you dated, you turned her into a lesbian?
But what I'm saying is,
nobody can see you guys scoot over a little bit. There you go.
What I'm saying is, she's bi because obviously we had relations in our adult years, and then the one all of a sudden she came out and said, "Hey, I'm gay. Does that bother you?" And I'm like, "No, it doesn't bother me at all." But it's like, what are you? Are you gay? Are you lesbian? Or you bi? She's like, "Why definitely I do." And then all of a sudden, well, it's weird because she plays.
You have the left and the right.
Well, no, she plays
in between, so you can be.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what bothers me is she plays, powerful football and went into professional women's league football. Now she is a coach for one of the Pittsburgh Steelers. She's a coach on the field with the Steelers. And I'm proud of her, I really am. But it was just kind of weird because, we went from one transition to another. And I asked her, and I said, "You sure?" Because all the girls mainly on this team are gay. No, straight. I'm like, it's cool. But it's just funny. I guess it's just the dynamics, what you like. I don't care one way or the other if you're gay or straight, whatever. As long as you're good to me, I'm good to you, Now, if you come on to me and stuff, I'm going to have a different thing. That's not my own thing.
You would just say no, and if they didn't respect that, then that's their problem.
Right. Donald, he's still in the closet, as you all know.
Donald always said, as long as the lights are on, right, it all feels the same. That's what he said. Right. If the lights are off, I don't know if it's a guy or a girl.
Donald,
well, no matter to me.
Right. Lips are lips. That's what he said. Lips are lips. Right? Yeah. So, what I'm saying is,
I had to talk to his mom about it one time, man.
Right, with Donald? Yeah. I told Nancy about this. I'm like, this is terrible, Nancy. This dude is in the closet. It won't come out. No, but speaking of talking about Joe's penis being small, Don has oh my God, I just saw the scariest thing. Did you see that? Yeah, no, that's just so much skin. And Donald here, he's talking about people's penises and stuff because he's between a weenus and a penis. It's like almost there, but not there, but it works, So it just depends how you look at it. Look at that, dude. That looks like a clump of shit in a bag.
Oh my gosh.
Don't get over here, MC Love Handles.
Oh, sorry.
You're
so, where are we at? What do we got going on now?
We were just talking about, people with weenuses.
You're talking about your wieners.
Yeah. Well, listen.
Hey, start grilling up those pizzas.
Yeah, what the hell? This is pizza time, bro.
It's the pepperoni.
Yeah.
And the pepperoni and the pepperoni.
So
free to go. 2 for John and 1 for the rest.
All right. So what were you two?
You should have got the rising crust. He likes everything that rises.
That's only mean it rises.
Wickenstein.
What happened? How many people we got? Look at that.
I really got like
We got 8. That's terrible.
yeah, but it's still better than none.
Well, that's what I said when I was sitting through there. Well, you have
Because
to
we have
like-
more people here doesn't mean anything. But
You got to set the camera further back.
is that what it is? Let me go try to do that.
Between
You're right. I think you're right. Let's go back.
She's walked past me. It's good.
if it was Wickenstein, he could fit like 6 people back there, but me, you, and Joe, you know.
Oh, dude, it's like stuck.
There's a super duper dude. You don't know how about.
Oh, there we go.
What you lady drinking over there?
She's alright.
How's that?
No.
I fucking my wingman
Turn it.
moved out, dude, and I
You're right.
A little bit up.
fuck him, no big
Just a
deal.
Right
tad
there.
bit up.
But dude,
Higher?
Yeah.
You need to be there.
Yeah. Well, no, because when you sit back here, my hand, I had to put like 5 of them up to be the size of Donald's head, but I think I'll be all right. What?
You're right.
Okay, there we go.
Knock this belly hit myself, knocked out the damn chair. Jesus
Oh
Christ.
my God, I know. I just know that food, dude. Holy moly.
You just like,
Dude, you just say guacamole.
I think there's somewhere around there. We saw it. It was all in your
Oh,
gut.
God.
I mean, don't get me wrong. My six pack's now a suitcase, and if it's real quiet, you can hear me getting fatter. But Donald's fucking Dunlop is out of this fucking world.
Yeah, you know what Joe says? Like, you shouldn't wear a white shirt because
Yeah, you look like
Dunlop guy.
No,
or
he looks
whatever.
like that fucking. What was the
Michelin
fucking thing
Man,
called
yeah.
the Ghostbusters?
Yeah, the Michelin Man.
No, that wasn't the Michelin Man. It was the That's it.
Yeah, but if you painted his face green, he looked like Slimer.
You got a Slimer now. No,
It's
Slimer?
like Flubbers does it.
Oh my God. Johnny, did you hear these
Give
guys?
me your phone. Give me your phone.
Uh-oh. We got a few more people here.
It's over here by Shane.
Oh,
I don't
there
even know
was
my
that.
phone. Let me get some drinks over here. I don't know why these guys are holding me out.
Holding you out. Oh, Jesus.
Can't leave a man without his beer. Oh, no,
No, drink your warm one, bitch. Where's Frankie at?
In Florida.
Oh, okay.
You wanted a good
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
You're not drinking?
I have one.
I got a cup back there.
This is an oddity because I rarely drink, but to be around Donald, you have to.
You almost have to, just to hear the craziness.
If anyone's got some wild topics they'd like to bring up, feel free to.
We always have fun, Tony, Teresa. How you doing, honey?
What happened? We went from 10 to 7. That's fucking
It goes back and forth. It doesn't matter.
You know.
You know.
Nate, if you're out there,
No, Nate refuses.
what?
He hates Wickenstein.
Oh, you don't know what you're missing, dude. Wickenstein is a good
He really
solid
is.
dude. You know,
Wickenstein's fun, dude.
you know,
He just talks his crazy shit just to get you guys fired up.
he'll never
You know what I mean?
erase Costello. You know, that's her buddy.
Right here.
I almost had
This is what Donnie looks like with his chin.
That's it.
Show it, Slimer.
What do you think? Show it. Put it on camera.
So that's Slimer.
Go in for a close up on the camera.
Yeah, right there. You can see
Faster.
it right there.
It doesn't
Oh,
even-
my.
Give
Get it up
me
there.
my pizza.
Oh, he's Slimer, bro.
Uh-oh.
Oh, they're going to get him down. Yeah.
So during this pandemic and economic crisis, how do you guys feel about tipping?
You should tip.
Yeah.
I always tip good anyway.
I always tip
I
good
always-
because my mom's been a waitress her whole life and busted her ass and I watched her.
My
do it.
grandfather taught me they listen to this.
Yeah.
This is what they do for listen. You always sit. I always sit with good. My grandfather.
So if it's 20%, you give them 30%. You know, depending on how hard they work. Of course, there's some real
Well, I
piece of
mean,
shit
obviously, if you get
waitresses.
horrible service, that's
Right,
different.
you
If
know.
you have good service.
Even if they're a shitty waitress, I still give them the 10% or whatever the fuck it is. You know, but if they do great, don't be afraid to tip these people. People are going through some shit financially.
I spent $20, like 20 cents. I went to the bar, whatever. My buddy, I got a drink and all.
A super big sky.
Hot dog or something like that.
Every
I gave her $10 tip.
So you get 50% tip.
Yeah.
All right, so here's what I normally do. Pretty much everywhere I go, my bill's $20 when I'm at the 10, right? I always give $5. That it seems fair to me. What do you think? That's
That's
good.
fine.
It's 10%.
Being that I work in the service
No, it's
industry,
20.
Is it?
You do
Isn't that? I don't know.
I
I
go to
always
the
love
beach,
tips.
so
day
$5
of
that's
the
$20.
supermoon.
That's
But
$20.
there's times where
Not dinner.
no, but I'm saying there's times I get tipped.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
that's,
kinda
that's fucking wrong.
I'm kind of like really.
Well, those people that do stuff with dad,
Yeah.
you get smacked right in the
Yeah,
mouth.
you need a pussy punch if you
Yeah,
do
just
that.
don't leave a tip at all. Don't leave a
Yeah,
Right,
you
that's
might as well
how I
not
do
even
it.
leave
Like, I
that.
don't
You might as well not
need
leave
that
nothing at all because leaving a quarter is kind of like a fuck
It's
to
not.
you.
So,
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if you're like, oh my gosh, you're so good. Thank you for your service. You've been so nice. And then
yeah, I mean, but see,
I mean, if you
well,
go in there
here's
and
the
you
other
don't have so
thing,
much
too.
cash, she almost had like so much cash in her pocket. You know, they're like, oh shit, you know, like you have like $2, $3 left over or whatever.
You gotta look at it this way too.
I feel bad, man, about it.
Look at it this way too. If you go to this, like I go to the same places. So my bill's always around 20 or 25 depending. So it's always I pretty much always leave a $5 tip. But I'm there 2 or 3 times a week. And it's same bartender or whatever. So you know what I mean? I'm not gonna increase it now. If I was at a restaurant that I'd never been to, the service was exceptional. First time I ever been there, they were friendly, nice, drinks were good. Then I'm gonna throw probably $10 out there. You know what I mean?
So I'm watching.
I understand what you're saying. It kind of doesn't make sense. Because the street gets more money than the person that you see all the time that treats you well.
But they see me 3 times a week though.
But I mean,
No.
yeah.
Sitting this close to Donald, I'm gonna put this on so I don't get the clap. Really good you, Stacy, bro. This dude's been around. This guy's seen more dicks in the Cleveland Clinic, so you gotta be careful with this hot dog hopper.
He's like, hey, guys,
Being this fat, you don't think he's gay because he's definitely not putting it in anywhere. He's getting it put in, if you know what I mean. So,
He's the catcher, not the
yeah, he's definitely surfing for cock, so watch out, folks.
Some vanilla in here, there.
Vanilla, where's this? Right here?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
For the love of the Lord.
75 degrees.
Hey, Wickenstein. That's good.
I want to make sure you have enough so when you go driving, it's official.
Wickenstein, for the love of God.
I'm right.
What is I never drink that stuff.
I think it's really wonderful.
This is apple
It's a
pie.
real book.
It's
Apple pie.
Someday he's gonna read the book.
Right?
Wickenstein, how the fuck is your face get more narrow and Donald's gets more wider? Does anyone notice that? I mean, don't get me wrong, my head looks like a kickball because I'm right here in front of the camera. With Donald, he could be a fucking mile away and he'll still be that round. And if it's dark outside, you'll think it's a fucking moon.
Here's the
I
trick.
well, when
You
I
stand
switched
on the
Bobby
front of the
Green
lamp,
on
it'll
the
have
giant
like
head.
a head, like a look in the mirror, right?
Well, like I was saying, if Donald's standing a mile away, it'll look like the fucking moon. You know what I'm saying? Like starting to set at 5 o'clock.
It's not
Set the
even
moon
that.
on, that's fucking Lars Lewinsky.
Yeah,
You're like 7 feet above him right now with the
That's why he's
moon
like
that's
going to
going to be
the
a
moon.
snow moon tonight.
Well, speaking of that, man, the moon, man. You ever notice it makes motherfuckers crazy?
Look at
Oh,
I
that's
mean,
not
We had that
good.
conversation earlier.
I don't know. I was in the shower like yourself.
We got comedian hour over here.
I like
it.
a good. I like a good comedian. I'm actually very happy. Have you been to Hilarities before?
But yes, I actually did. I did a thing where actually this fucking cocksucker of a comedian. I like the worst thing to do is get up at someone's set, but I
think
drink
they
so
make
much
fun of
beer.
him.
It's the guy. He sat there. I got up and he started roasting me, and I fucked him up. I fucked him up on stage. And I felt
You
bad.
beat him up?
Oh no! I fucked him up on stage, like verbally going back and forth.
Oh, it was like
Because the asshole wanted to have a bet on wits and he came on. I fucking filleted him. So I got asked to come back to Hilarities to do stand up.
Participate?
No, I'd rather sit down. Why would I stand up?
Well, if you sit in the crowd and I'm on stage, we can make a show of it.
Yeah. No. Well, this guy was just being a
Do you
fucking.
need a tabletop?
And I'm like, do you really want to do this?
Isn't that fun though? Did the crowd enjoy it?
Oh yeah, I had them crying, and I was like, all right, you know, I gotta drain my uterus, and I'll be back to fucking roast you some more, you fucking hot fag. Now you can't say fag because everyone gets upset. Oh,
took
don't
it all
start
the way there.
did I?
Some girl just asked me which swear I was swearing.
Well, I said it because he made fun of me, and this asshole went on stage wearing a salmon shirt. So,
You were in trouble.
Oh no.
Listen,
I mean, you can't. And don't get me wrong, I don't care.
Did you have the sleeves over your neck and just
No, well,
drape it down in front? You know how they wear the sweater over the
No,
sleeve?
this is a long time. No, this, yeah.
You don't even know what I'm
Likes
talking
the
about.
black
You
ones.
have no idea what I'm talking about. John doesn't know what I'm talking about.
No, none of us do half the time. Go on. No, but
We all look at each other.
Yeah.
The good one, yeah.
It's all right. We all got a
really
little.
encourage them, though.
What
What
do
do
you
we do?
call that? Schizophrenia.
Positive.
Yes.
Oh no, those other 20 voices don't have a say tonight.
Whoa, we went down to 6 people.
Oh, that's all right. 'Cause
How can we get these numbers to regroup like up to 20 people? What's going on?
it just
Because we're
depends,
trying
man.
to have a conversation amongst ourselves.
Yeah.
The difference is that
Those-
the way to increase
Well-
it is to have structure in what we say at a specific time so that they'll watch.
Well, there is no structure
Yeah,
because everything we say is like borderline bad nowadays.
Right.
Like you can't, like it makes me mad that you can't fuck around.
Well, you know what?
Someone named
The bad is the bad. Bad reversed is what? Dab, and just a little dab will do you. So I mean, just keep up with the doctor. He's got some good stuff out there, people. You know, weed for the people.
Right.
You know, don't
And listen to
take it
Wickenstein,
off.
because if you remember, if you look at those glasses, it's the grandfather's glasses. The scientist, a real smart dude, those are his glasses. So if you see Optimus Prime, stop at this motherfucker. No, he knows what's up.
This is real glass. They're happy.
Oh no, that is too
Well,
funny.
no, yeah, they're happy. You don't
No,
Look at Donald, man. You can almost blindfold this fat bastard with dental floss. How much have you had to drink tonight?
Oh no, I'm just sitting here.
Oh, no,
You know, we
that's
should
not
listen
what
about a gallon.
Well, I see this. Boy, did I miss the fucking party earlier. I guess I should have got here at 8.
About
Huh?
a gallon.
Prime time is always good. Yeah, we usually start about 10:30.
By the time we get it figured out.
And don't forget to sit there and throw out our sponsors, KD Design,
That's right.
for the t-shirts, cozies, and more.
Absolutely. True story. And don't forget to stop by firstcrossbikery.com.
Who is that?
Oh, that would be Wickenstein.
That's Wickenstein. Okay.
Wickenstein, I got a
It's
question.
wicked sticks.
What the
You
hell
gain
is over
20 more
there?
pounds.
What the hell is over on the side of the
What then?
one house over, which I know is your house? Then you got the street.
Yes.
I'm driving. I come around. I look over. I see this guy. This bike was like up and
That's the anti-tractor trailer turn spot. So the tractor trailers
What's wrong
would
with
always
your
swing
foot? Oh, you had that
because
surgery.
drivers that don't know how to drive don't know how to drive. So they drive on my lawn, and after 8 years of fucking fixing it, I was over it. And I drove the thing, and we made a sunflower. I actually want to start changing that out on like a monthly basis. So make art and slip it over the post, and it'll become something that you'll drive by to see. See, that's how you build a little
Yeah.
tour.
So here at the Wickenstein compound, we have artwork. Is what they're talking about here.
We brought Mr. Potato Head. This is a live version of one.
He has a bike up on a pole. A bike up on a pole. It's been hit about what 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, they keep running it
They
over.
keep running it over,
Saves
dude.
the lawn. You know, I keep telling them it's worth $25,000. They're like, I don't know, but it's been working out. The next piece we're gonna have praised, and we're gonna put out there with some glass chandelier like stuff hanging off it. And every time they pop one, it's gonna be $4,000 a pop. So I hope they can drive because I know they're gonna.
You gotta put a camera on it.
Oh no, we're just gonna put it. We'll just put like a toll booth there where someone just sits there. We'll pay them $8 an hour to make sure they capture it. And they'll be like, "Oh, this dude's gonna hit it." Oh, here's the bill.
Oh, that's funny,
No,
dude.
it's a true story. Yeah, it's a good payout.
What in the hell's going on here? All right, what do you guys got? Come on, give me some love here. Give me something. It's 11:30 already. My eyes are getting twisted. Shane's here. He brought food. The boys are cooking.
So, what do you think about doing a cooking show? You guys are like the sandwiches.
Do what now?
You guys will be the jury of cooking.
You're talking to the 700-pound tag team. We'll be the
We're going to be in, and then we're going to have to need a panel. A panel of 5.
You know what I mean? You know that cooked
It sounds
Now
pretty
you're
good.
watching yourself.
No, I was trying to see something.
real big like steaks, man.
The porn star? Oh, you're a porn star. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a porn star in the house.
Yeah, Diesel played up for you.
Just
Just kidding.
that.
Just kidding. She not.
Wait a second. Let's talk about this porn
Just
star
a
stuff.
second.
This is
Just a
interesting.
second. Hold on.
He did that. I didn't.
We're going to do a timeout here for a second. We're going to have a real
Timeout?
quick one. Yeah.
All right.
Subject change.
Oh, Wickenstein did put the pizza on. You're a
We're not allowed to talk about porn stars?
No, we're cooking pizza. Did you hear the compliment coming from the back room over there? Oh, Wickenstein, you did put the pizzas on. You're awesome. You didn't hear that?
Whose leftover stuff is this?
Oh boy, we're busting in.
Yeah, it's up.
McDonald's scavengers. They're like vultures.
Dude, I ate so much of it.
I can tell.
Dude, I've been eating nonstop, bro. It's part of being, Papa Love here. They, but, come on, guys, let's have some fun. You know what? It's not looking right. All you see is my fat little head here. We gotta fix this.
Really?
That's better.
I never really.
Can we see these guys? All right, so we have a porn star in the house. We did not know this.
I am not. I'm retired now.
You're retired.
Not for porn.
Well, let's make something up. Let's have some fun.
Retired now. They can't fire me.
We can't fire you now. Yeah, that's
Retired
true.
porn star?
Yeah,
They can't take my retirement.
it's too late.
Well, it's not like I sat there and said, hey, this chick's seen more dicks in the Cleveland Clinic. You know, I'm not like I'm just saying. I didn't say something like that.
I have seen.
I'm
Oh,
joking.
no.
Dee is actually a virgin.
I don't even know why she's with Donald.
Wait, what? There's
I'm
nobody
not
with Donald.
Donald.
Yeah, that's yours. Yeah,
You
yeah.
can double lip off
I
it.
did not double lip off anything. No, I don't have one women. I don't have one woman. I have numerous women. But
I just wonder, man. You look like you were sitting there poking out there.
listen, the ladies love big chubby guys.
Well, I just wonder because you look like you're about ready to breastfeed.
See, you're
Go
too
on.
tall. You gotta sit down. You're too tall up.
All right. No, I'm tall. You got fucking Leonard here. That's tall.
That's big.
That dude's sitting there putting on siding on houses without a ladder.
You make him look like a
You got it. There we go. There you go.
Well,
Look at Shane.
you're only 5'10", you are shrimp.
Oh, whatever. You guys are your 5'10" bullshit.
You are 5'10" because I'm 6 foot, 6'1" and shrinking.
These guys love fucking with me.
Right or wrong, right?
You're taller
than him. Yeah.
God save me.
Donald,
what's
it's
that?
a microphone, not a dick. Get away from
He's an equal opportunity.
Yeah.
Donald tried giving head to the bonophone. Look at that. Oh.
Oh my gosh. Has anybody got anything tonight? Save me. Save me, people.
Pretty slick. Where'd you get those at?
I'm only tied to Franklin.
You know Todd DeFranco?
Yeah.
Is he big? He's not big.
It's pretty strong.
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about.
Working out. When he's working out, yeah. He's
You have Donald?
Mario.
Oh, I didn't see that.
who?
You and Mario.
How was that? Battle of the fat asses? What happened?
Oh, Mario.
He beat him.
We wrestled?
Yeah. You
I don't remember how wrestling. Did I win at least?
Yeah, you took him in like 2 seconds.
I
Yeah,
can't
he's not
arm wrestle,
really
you're right.
It was like our wrestling meet.
Yeah, he's not very strong.
No, he was trying to like.
Well, you made him shave all his masculinity.
No, dude, right?
Poor guy.
I tried
He's
to
probably still fucking wrong.
Oh,
Shaving him.
dude, that had to hurt,
Probably
man.
looked like fucking Patchy Adams the following day.
Oh, he was a hot mess. He was all red.
You know what we need to do?
I used to let Donnie use 2 hands all the time. They can never beat me.
Oh, yeah, 2 hands. He always wanted me to use 2 hands to beat him. But I always remind him that his wee was too small.
My right arm because that's the arm that got reattached. Just like, I'm bidextrous. Donald's bisexual, so this will work. He'll be able to do
Wait,
this.
what do you mean? You have something on your shoulder now, too?
No, I had my arm reattached.
When? Motorcycle accident?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
On the freeway.
Oh, dude, I remember that one time. Fucking me and Leonard were coming from downtown, dude. And those fucking dudes cut us off.
We had our bikes.
Yeah. And Joe went after these dudes, dude. What do you have to do 150, man? I was like, I stayed way back. I'm like, no fucking way am I going that fucking fast. I mean, you just took off. Like, man, out of hell, man. That's how you used to ride, Shade.
The sad part is, I'm only a foot away from Donald. Makes it look like a freak foot. His fucking head is so big. So big.
That's what she said.
We're not talking about your weenus. We're talking about the one on your block.
It's just the shirt. It's the collar.
It's a weenus. It's
Collar.
like a,
Look at that. It's an itty.
penis. Like it's a vagina penis.
Oh, my goodness.
Did you ever? Hey, let's talk about hermaphrodite since you're one of them.
What the hell is it? I don't know what that is.
Hermaphrodite?
Yeah.
You know, you got both.
Oh, so what do you got?
And you got a penis. Yeah.
Hermaphrodite?
Hermaphrodite. That's what he is.
I think there was a Greek goddess.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God.
That's a Greek goddess, and I'm an Adonis.
Oh.
Hey, Stacy, come over here. This guy's making fun of me.
We're not making
That's
fun
right.
of We're making fun of
I need a nurse over here because
Hey, you think of Aphrodite?
they're telling me Aphrodite's not a Greek queen.
Yeah,
Got
but that's not what he said. Though. That's what he said.
No, he said.
Aphrodite, not
Hermaphrodite. Isn't that a Greek goddess?
Hermaphrodite is somebody who's born with no sex organs.
You
Right.
dumb fuck.
I've never heard of this.
You and your weenus.
Apparently, I'm not the smartest man alive because I didn't know about this.
Yeah. I hate to say it, kids. Even though you're not kids, you can rest assured that you guys are going to be on academic challenge.
He's got like one of those little poppers you have on a turkey.
Right.
And a turkey gets
It was like, what they think of like, what is that?
Oh my
That's
God.
a number 2 eraser, kids.
You guys are killing me, bro. Killing me.
Oh, look, it looks like a Doberman. His little ready sticking out.
On that note, I need a drink. Is the pizza ready, for God's sake, so I can at least eat my sorrows way over here?
He was like, it's a
I'm sorry,
Greek.
what'd you say?
He was like, I'm a Greek goddess. I'm an Adonis, and she's her Aphrodite. Aphrodite,
Are
you
you
fuck.
reading?
God damn, dude. That's why I had to stay in Bedford, folks.
No,
Because what you guys learned in 9th grade, what I learned in 9th grade, you guys learned in 11th in Maple. Jesus Christ. You can rest assured none of kids, Don's kids, are going to be on an academic challenge in the next year. Jesus
They
Christ.
do talk about that, but just in conversation, like what I've read.
I thought you were a man of the book.
Right now, I'm reading a part of the book where the trial of Socrates. You know, they killed Socrates.
Yes.
So right now, I'm on the trial of Socrates, and the thing is, they don't even know if he actually said it or if the other dude was
What's
the
he
one.
on the trial of? Exercise?
O.J. Simpson.
Socrates.
Here.
But they killed him.
Socrates?
Socrates, yeah.
Hey, you mean like the Greek
The founder
god?
of modern day
Greek
philosophy.
god?
Big W.
Put in Aristotle, Socrates.
All right, guys, I'm back. I'm
What's
gonna.
her Brad? Like, should I link into this?
Off of your.
Hold on.
Or I wonder if I could put her thing in there if I just link her name into it.
Yeah, hold on. Let me
Just
send a
no.
messenger. Hold on, I can do it.
All right. Cheryl Britton.
Well, I'm gonna send it to you, and then you should be able to send it through. Speaking of that, Shane Shineman, where are you at, buddy? You should be over here. I know you're in Bedford somewhere. All right, you should get it from me. You should get it from me, and then
Where the hell's Mario at?
and then you can kick it to
Yeah, we
her.
were supposed to shave his nuts.
Where is Mario? Where the hell's Tipco at? That's what I want to
Yeah,
know.
he didn't come back.
Never came back.
Dude should get a big ticket. And Mario come over. And we'll hot wax his balls. All right, see, we'll rip the.
Dude, I want to see his ball, though.
I wanted to see it happen.
He hot waxed his balls?
Apparently, he made a deal with Dee that she was going to shave his balls or
I
something.
was gonna epilate him.
Hot wax him, man.
Oh my
I was
God.
gonna epilate him.
I don't even know what that means.
That's
Epiladium.
terrible, man.
Yeah.
That poor guy. Did he look like Patch Adams after he shaved his face
He
or
was a
not?
hot mess.
Dude.
I was like, that motherfucker's gonna be on fire.
And his daughter was so pissed at him
Why?
because I think Harley liked it.
Well, all I can say is that
He actually was.
after you left here, dude, that dude is a touchy son of a bitch.
Why?
He just wants to touch you, hold on to you. You're
He
like,
kept trying to grab him.
Well, you kept telling me he was handsome. I think he was like, all right, dude, this dude's for me.
maybe that's, maybe,
You know,
yeah, well, maybe see, there I go.
Maybe
My
he was
mouth
like, you
again.
know what?
Them two together look like Tweedledee and Tweedledum.
They did. They did. Poor Mario looked like some kind of cartoon character and he cut his fucking beard off.
He is kind of
Poor little
He is
guy.
kind
It was like Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Wickenstein had that big tall hat on.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, he looked like the
It was a fucking circus, dude.
What the hell? Like the
Oh, no.
the Mad Hatter.
They put that hat on. It came down all the way down to his.
We don't need a circus. We are the fucking circus.
my
You got your
church
crucifix
gets-
on?
Not my.
No, I got my dog tags on.
Dog tag. You weren't even in the military.
Yeah, but you know what I had? I had these made for me and the kids. And each one of them.
Well, they had them made special for you because you've been a fucking dog your whole goddamn life. But
Well,
go
that's
on.
true. But I gave each of them
That's cool.
a subscription with the Bible quote in it. And then their name, you know what I mean? Just like something cool. You know, different colors. I like it. But I'm going to get rings made. Actually.
Dude, what was that? I seen a picture of your the cake your mom made. It was like half chocolate. I think.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, man. I was like, what the hell is this? I want to eat that fucking thing, man.
Yeah.
It was good as
My
hell.
mom makes real good cakes.
Your mom's an excellent cook.
Actually, her food.
Can you cook good or no?
Dude, some stuff I can.
Well, none of those kids are fat, so I'll take that as no.
They, my
He eats it all.
He was like,
oh, do they call me John?
hey, can you see that? Can you see that? Don, I'm dead. Dad, I'm done with the plate. Where's your plate at? You know? It's like, here's the garbage disposal. Don, just
Don't
like,
put nothing in the garbage.
Dad's like,
Bring it over here.
just lean your back. Just lean your head back, Dad. Dumps it in his mouth. You know, like garbage
They call me John Goodman from that one episode of The Simpsons where he's just taking everybody's plates and he's eating all their food. He's like, no food for you. Because I can bring home wings and shit. I'm like,
I went with my buddy with these Ponderosa is open out in Warren, Ohio, or whatever. And I met him there for lunch, and they had like still had the buffet and stuff. I was trying to get him to you have to
Get a cup so I can get some of that shit.
you got to
we'll
put
get on a smoke real quick. So hang on
you got to
over for a
put
minute.
gloves on and your mask when you go up to the buffet. But I was trying to get him to let me take a picture, take my chair, stick it up there. And I was going to take a picture of me sitting by the buffet. So we were like, let her turn on the buffet.
Which is which?
The one in the big jug is not as sweet as the big.
Yeah, this is the one from
They're both.
The
Timco.
one in the
Okay,
big
And this
jar
is one that I brought.
I'm gonna try both.
Let's remind everybody,
Drink responsibly.
we drink from the gallon, bitches. How's that Hank Williams song go?
Drink responsibly. Make sure you fucking get loaded and
Ricky
dry.
paid what, $20 to charge?
No, nobody's allowed to come here
$20
and
an hour.
drive because there's a lot of craziness going on around here. So who's this? You got a girlfriend now?
No.
No?
No.
Last week you said you had a girlfriend or something.
Well, I have girlfriends and like I have
Rosie.
boyfriends.
Rosie.
No.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, makes sense.
I never.
Keeps him out of trouble.
No.
You just made a comment a few minutes ago about wings going home with them.
Wings.
They don't go.
No, they get eaten.
They get ate. Oh, look at them. Dude, you know the fucking rule. When I'm here, no smoke, you smoke.
I know. I said stay with her for a minute. Let me smoke real quick. I haven't had one in an hour.
Well, get your fat ass up and go.
Give him his mask.
Yeah, here.
Yeah.
Get your mask on so you don't get no smoke. It's going that way.
Yeah. You gotta get one of those fucking ventilators.
Actually, it's kind of nice because I came with a full bag of cigarettes and I still have a half a pack left because
He hasn't been smoking with it at all.
Ricky, this is excellent.
On his own bag.
This is excellent, Ricky. This is excellent.
Yes.
And where the hell is Ricky, that son of a bitch? He's
Ricky,
always
where are you at? You're making Donald look fucking small. Just kidding. That'll never happen.
I just saw one that was.
Holy shit. We're down to 5 people. It was feel bad.
Who's watching?
Oh, we're fine. You can't. No.
That I super like to look up.
No, we're all right.
That would be nice if you could see who's.
Yeah, we're down to 2 here. It's late, guys.
Where's Wickenstick at?
Wickenstick is probably back there fiddling his little sticky boob. Where is Wickenstick? You fiddling your Wickenstein?
Look at me and look at Donald here.
Whoa.
Donald said he's. Yeah, what did you say? 317.
I've been running 316.
So I'm 295.
316 says, I just whooped your ass.
295 naked. So Don naked.
You guys
So
are
that'd be 317.
How much you weigh back there? You don't look like no little guy.
I'm 210.
No, the other guy. Oh, I thought, no, him.
Yeah, he was a
About 340.
340.
Man, this
Oh, Joe, you got some competition there.
garage
buddy.
weight's got a lot of weight in here.
Really?
Yeah.
This garage got a lot of
I
weight
didn't
in
think it was
here.
that big either.
I heard 340 at Toronto. You also said 340.
No, I'm 210.
I signed you into the link where I'm at.
My power to weight ratio is big.
330, 328, 330. I've lost some.
Man, he's 6'3", and I'm almost the same weight as he is. Holy
Seven
Last
shit.
time I was
you
on
naked.
scale at the hospital, dude, I think 346,
Yeah, I was at.
All right, Shane's getting some dirty
I had my
pictures.
first shipping place.
You guys are awful quiet out there. Give me something to work off of here. Come on now.
Is Nate out there at all?
No, he shut it down. He says he won't watch.
Is Rose or anyone out there?
No, none of this. April's mad because I didn't text her to tell her. I told her next week I'll text her so she knows.
I got up to like
They told me I gotta
400.
get healthy before they start cutting.
So I think everybody got mad at me.
It's never a turtle, man.
470, man.
I asked you, did you hear what Dee said? It's like,
I gave like 100.
she said I'm turning into a dirty old man because we used to work together. It's like I worked at the school board all those years. And you remember when Bob Saget got off of Family House or whatever the fuck that show was? Or Full House?
Yeah.
And he just went fucking berserk. That's how I was. I was like, you know what? Being a nice guy, doing all that shit at the school board, all you did was get walked on because Jerry Zarabik's a piece of shit.
I need to get back down.
Good.
When I was sick, I was in sixth grade.
You know,
Shane doesn't pull punches.
no, he's a pussy too. He is.
He thinks he's like.
Well, I got carjacked, and he asked when he gave me my sick payment. Thought I was lying until I had to go, and Walters wouldn't answer the phone and stuff. Yeah,
But you got carjacked.
they tried carjacking me. It didn't happen.
Where was that at?
Garfield, a couple pieces of shits we actually went to school with were part of it, and they were such fucking cowards. They had to get 16 people to jump one person,
Really?
and two of them got fucked up, and one got sodomized in court. Which was when we went to court, his attorney's like, "Could you say something nice?" Why? Well, he's in a rough place now, and he's a small little guy, and he got sodomized. I said,
No, really?
I hope
Wow.
they fucking used him like a fire hydrant cover. Fuck him. You know? Right. Well, I had to fight for my fucking life, my girlfriend's life, and Jerry Zarabik's like, made me fight for my goddamn sick pay that I didn't even get. Right. And I was like, you know what, dude? I hope this hot fag gets fucking.
Wait, so you work for the school board?
I did.
Really?
I did.
I know she live. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I worked with special ed kids for a number of years. That's how I know how to deal with you.
I was gonna say something like that.
Well, Donald's mental acuity is not as fast as mine. So we gotta get right back there.
I'm a little slow.
No, but
the slower I get.
No. Well, it doesn't help that you drank the fucking 3/5 of that goddamn bottle.
Yeah, this is.
No, not that much. I mean,
No, it was
Is
only.
this stuff even good?
No.
Yeah. And
Next
if you're,
week,
hey,
I'll be
front
bringing
row,
it
I
up.
got news for you. If you're gonna make something like taste like vanilla, don't make it taste like ass and a little bit of a hint of vanilla.
Actually, I don't like any of this booze tonight.
did you have any? Do you have any?
I got to go back to my black velvet.
I'm gonna try yours. See, I get to explore here because I never ever get to.
I don't even have a
I never
buzz
drink
from that stuff.
so.
What kind of moonshot is that?
What you trying to do?
Moonshot I get. Well, I'm gonna put you on your fucking.
What are you trying to make me get
I've been
pregnant
making
here? I mean,
mix
Jesus.
this together.
Oh, so she's saying it's no longer a playground or a playpen, it's a playground. Oh, not with both.
Yes, it tastes good, dude.
Recreational. Oh my god.
No, I don't want to do mix and match.
Dude, it's good.
Well, you say that because you're
It might give
Polish.
more
You guys can eat
flavor.
anything
Yeah.
Look at him. Of course he can eat anything.
or drink anything.
Fucking guy's fucking huge.
I'll try a little bit, but not a lot, Joe. Someone's gonna end up pregnant. Huh?
Anybody?
Chad, I don't know, man. I think Chad's a fighter, especially hanging
Let
out
me
with
give a
Donald.
lecture. Fire me up about something.
I bet you Donald sat there. I bet you Chad had a fight off Donald at one time, drinking one of these nights. He's like, no, Donald, no. He's like, come on, Chadwick. You know.
You shall come
I'm
back.
about to give you 2 minutes of pure hell. 2 inches. 2 inches as well.
If I can go for 2 minutes, fucking, I'd have all kinds of girlfriends.
Oh.
Thanks for the
None
props.
was better when we had the.
Oh no, here we go. I can only imagine this story.
We had the bonfire in the all in the backyard. We used to take Danny's truck back there. Drive Danny's truck back there and his mom.
The Wall Hills?
Oh.
All the way in the back there, man. We used to drive back there.
Do you remember when Tom got his foot broken?
No, when Tom Connolly busted up, his hands.
I didn't want to-
broke both his hands.
What was he doing? What was he doing?
Remember Burnley used to be.
I left.
Yeah.
I left, and that's when Aaron crashed my bike or did whatever.
Yeah.
Aaron, Eddie, you owe me, bitch.
I haven't talked to you.
Fucking wrecked my bike too, man. And fucking wrecked it, drove it in the backyard.
That dude couldn't even
He
ride. He wasn't even supposed to.
put the
My
fucking
mind.
front brake on in the grass and slid down and went and bent my damn handlebars and shit. I was pissed.
Fucking No, dude, I always felt bad about that because Tom broke both his hands.
Why though?
Because Berto was, remember, he used to be a belligerent drunk.
Right.
And Tom just attacked him. I couldn't, like, I literally couldn't stop.
Berto?
No, his brother, Tom. Tom was the guy, I hung around Tom. John, I didn't hang around with. Yeah, he's a chef, yeah.
He's actually a very good cook.
Yeah, what's he going to open?
He's got his own shop in Brentwood.
See,
Yeah, I'm the only one time.
no. And you know what? Me and him had our problems. I mean, we're friends on Facebook now and stuff, but we had our issues back in the day. But I'm still thinking he'd be salty where he fucked with my food, so I probably never go there. But I heard it's excellent.
I heard his food's really good too.
Oh, it is. It is. Really
All my
good.
friends say it's very, very good.
Tom's a great guy. But no, yeah. Crazy.
What the hell was he hanging around your ass for?
With me and Berto? We used to go
He
there
used
all
to
the
hang
time.
hard.
Yeah, the center court.
They used to date.
And we would always go hang out. So I you know how many times I saved him from getting his fucking head beat in?
Yeah, but you know what? Back in the day, he brought it to himself.
He did.
I you know, we had our falling out where, you know, that's when we were just talking about when I got carjacked. And he punched me and I ended up mollywopping him and he had to go to jail. I ended up breaking his, you know, he's got that huge scar and stuff.
Yeah.
From me punched him.
Really?
Yeah, I feel so bad about it. I was so mad because I was like, hey dude, I'm just trying to be cool, man. I just got out of hospital for aneurysm. No, his dick would never pull nothing. Well, it might, because it's so small, it's like paper cut. No, but we got into it. Well, he got into it. Brutal. Wow. Dude, you have no idea what this fat cocksucker put. It's so cute. Hey, how rotten to he was in his drunken phase.
That was rotten to me. I mean, it was.
He was a freak.
Me and him used to.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
I sat in the back. Donnie knew he could fuck with anybody because he had me standing there.
I remember one time.
Fucking happened.
Donnie was all mad and Ring of Fire came on. He was all drunk. He's like, let's go, Westball. Let's go. I ain't a fucking fireman carry you, fucking slam you on that dance floor.
The funniest one
He
was
was like, you're lucky. You got me that time. I was like, get up again. It'll happen all over, bitch. And I was mad because he was so rotten when he was drunk. You got to make your dick.
one of the funniest ones was it was like a Saturday night, right?
Oh, lights out?
Well, no, this is not to do with any of us, but some wedding party comes in the bar, right? They didn't know any of it. They just pull them in limos and they just drive down Broadway, see the bar open, and they all, like 30 motherfuckers jump out, right? There's women and men, whatever. It was a party, a wedding party.
You know, so Don said they said that first. Only kidding, he said
But now listen.
He was like,
So they start getting wild and stuff, and going back to what you're saying, you know, my fuse was about that long, you know what I mean, before I go berserk.
well, it was because, first off, you'd start off, 3 sheets to the wind.
Well,
Start the night off, 8 o'clock.
He's like, something like this long.
He's like, listen, ladies, I know you're here. I know you just got married, but you got 2 inches of pure hell for you. Probably give you about 2.5 minutes in the smelly men's bathroom.
But no, so something happened, and I don't know what happened. But dude, I threw out the whole.
You ate all that pork.
Yeah.
No, there's 1,200 pounds right here, bro.
I ate some too.
All I ate was what was given to me. I didn't take it.
Yeah.
I ate some too.
Yeah, everyone.
Wickenstein gave me some, and that's all I ate.
You got 1,200 pounds right here. What do you think's gonna happen? There's pizza.
But you ain't penis. Just kidding. Just kidding.
But I mean, like, dude, this wedding party comes in, and I fucking, I can't remember that, but I threw everyone on individually. I'm like, shit, girls, guys, all of them. I just stabbed them by the belt buckles.
John was absolutely
They're like,
terrible to
you're
work
the
with.
craziest fucking person ever. I'm like, get the fuck out of here.
Oh, he was terrible. He was terrible.
Oh,
I hated working with him because he was half shit faced and he was angry at everyone. And then the best was because he was like, I think you're stealing out of the cash register. You know the cash register? Yes, you did. Yes, you did. I said, I actually have people that like me. That's why I get tips.
What was the one girl you were dating? She was a short and blonde.
Autumn chick?
Autumn, man. Autumn. Dude, I was trying to fucking, I don't know what I totally, I thought I could not think of that girl's name for nothing, man. I don't know what anything about her.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know what anything about her, man. But I couldn't remember her fucking name for nothing. She was good. And I gotta ask Donnie. I don't remember how.
Yeah, she got married, lives out. We became friends again years later, but I haven't heard from her in years. We were friends on Facebook, but then I think her boyfriend made her husband made her delete me or something. I don't know. But that was a toxic relationship. What about you guys? You guys ever have any toxic relationships out there? Oh my God. Like, you've had a few. Fucking toxic relationships are the worst. You get nowhere with it. You know, and it's funny that we bring that up because I was talking to Mr. Biggs about that the other day when I picked him up from his wrestling banquet. And he said his girlfriend that they just broke up was really salty with him because he got over it. And she was mad. Now he's a 7th grader, she's an 8th grader.
You're young, you're that young. You shouldn't even let nothing like that bother you.
It doesn't bother him at all. But her, she's like, aren't you mad because we broke up? And he was like, why would I be mad? You know, like, no, you know. So she was really mad about that. And I talked to him about fucking, what the hell's going on here?
Sorry about that, folks. The guy gives great head. I'm sorry. Go on. Not only lip service, but head.
But, you know, I mean, you really have to examine, go back to my comment earlier, self-examination.
Listen to this fucking guy.
Women you're going to date, especially at a young age.
Yes.
Get married.
And you got to realize too, half of these chicks now that we're all approaching 50 see more dicks in the Cleveland Clinic. They're gonna lie to you. So they say I've only been with 13 people. You got to do that times 5. Oh shit! No. Not this day and age, dude. You guys lie like motherfuckers. Just stop. You guys got more stories than a cat man. Get out of here. They do. As soon as a girl says I've only been with 13 people, I'm like, so she's been with 103 people.
Yeah, right.
2 rubbers. I need their vet records. I want to see all their tetanus shots.
Right.
You know, if you had any kind of penile condylomas, that's STDs because I know you don't know what that means.
I don't know big words.
No, it just sucks. Like dating in 2021 at almost 50 years old is like going to the fucking dump and trying to pull out the least fucked up, shit-ridden fucking thing in there and trying to clean it up and make it your own. It's fucking terrible. I'd just rather be the fucking woman. Fuck it.
Yeah. There you have it. But let's go back to, now you have a son. He's going to grow up and get, married or whatever someday, have girlfriends. What kind of advice do you have for him?
Don't chase your place. As soon as they start cutting up, start doing some wild bullshit, start telling stories. Don't chase them. Replace them. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth it. These girls, and I hate to say, like, everyone's like, you're a player, this and the other. I'm not. I can play. That's why I don't fucking play these games. So when you don't play these games with women, they label you as a player. It's not that I'm a player. I fucking don't sit there and let your happy ass go on. If you want to sit there and go see more dicks in the Cleveland Clinic, that's cool. Take your happy ass on. You want something real? Here we are. If you want to be a decent person, here we are. If you want to sit there and be like some clap that ass horse sitting on a bar stool, there you go.
Oh, man.
All right. Hey, Wickenstein, question for you. I know you don't have children, but what would you tell somebody? Hold on. Wickenstein, my question's for you now. Same question I just gave Shane.
Listen.
What advice do you have to a young man today about dating?
Well, you got to take the mask. You got to get the mask off to check her teeth before you take her home.
Well, I don't know, man. It's so weird. It's like,
good advice.
It's so crazy, like dating women nowadays.
More lengthy conversation.
This is what I hate about these women. Like, you don't know my name. You don't know my story. Bitch, you got 5 kids by 7 different dudes. Everyone knows your fucking story. Stop it. Right.
He was swiping right and left. Yeah.
All right, my next question, same question for Big Joe. Big Joe, what advice do you have to your young man, your young boys growing up in today's age in the dating game.
I think getting AAA would be good, but
You gotta be careful, man.
It is. I really believe he's like I was. He's in with his sports and everything, so he's not really too engaged where he wants a girlfriend. I think he's gonna wait till he gets a little bit older.
Good decision.
Before he starts
Meerkat device.
do stuff.
So bad that
if it doesn't feel right,
I don't think he's gonna settle down right now. I think he's gonna wait a while.
Well, that's the same thing. Like my son asked
He's all,
me.
he loves fishing, doing stuff, playing the sports and everything, and I think that's his number one thing in life right now.
All right, Shane, you gonna elaborate?
Yeah, well, that's my son. My son's he's a little over 8 years old, but he asks me questions all the time. He's very inquisitive. And, he asks about stuff like that with women and stuff. And he gets curious because he sees things happen. Because he's pretty intuitive as a 48-year-old, going on age, I'd say. And he asks questions. He's like, how come, he asks how come Mom and I are married and stuff like that. We see eye to eye from a lot of things. And he's like, when you go out with girls, what kind of girls do you go out with? It's like, man, that's really hard to answer. How do you explain it to an 8-year-old? You know what I mean? And it's, I just tell her, it's like, you gotta find someone that treats you right. That's good. Their word is solid. Yeah, solid. It's like, I don't know. Because he's like, I got girlfriends in school. And I'm like, how many girlfriends you got? He's like 5. It's like,
Hey, playa! What do you guys think about that? Relationship goals for children. We've all been through situations as adults, through many
relationship
different channels.
goals are important.
What do you guys think about that? Relationship goals are important. All right, please